All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Shoujou Senshi Senjyou online. This is Callisto. I am the TO and streamer for this tournament. Today we're going to be having not just the standard Granblue Fantasy Versus that we always do, but we're also going to be featuring Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator 2. So we're going to start with Granblue first. I'm going to be joined here by my usual friends, St. Cola and Zach in a Box. What's up, guys?
What up, what up?
How's it going?
Another week of sitting at home, online, net play. We're going to be in it for the long haul now, but, you know, I guess that's the world we live in today, huh?
But we do get to enjoy some new Granblue action. There's recently been a patch that has evened things out from the top tiers, low tiers, kind of bringing everything together. You know, some weird changes here and there, but we're going to see some more, hopefully some more character diversity in these tournaments.
And plus, I know a lot of players are trying out Zoe. Last night at the low kick online tournament, it was all like Zoe mirrors or Zoe Lance. But
Zoe mirrors?
or Zoe Lance. Yeah, like Macho, who is in this bracket too, maybe we'll get to see it today, won with week 1 Zoe, just straight up week 1 Zoe.
Yeah, I mean,
for real?
of course, Macho, the Lancelot player, you know, like most, the ride's kind of over for Lancelot players, right? Like they have to actually do some work now if they want to do all the goofy stuff that they were doing before. And there's, I think some people will gravitate back to the character because they liked him. You know, he's still relatively aesthetically cool, and he still has some decent stuff.
Well, his toolkit's still there. It's just we'll see how it all plays out though. It's hard to gauge because now it's like we don't really have offline tournaments to really gauge everything, so these are one of the main ways we can really see it in action. So hopefully get some good information today.
All right, so we're just waiting on our first match to get queued up. We're gonna have Small Fry and Wukash up first, I believe. So Small Fry from Wisconsin, longtime Arakuni player from BlazBlue Central Fiction. Wukash, one of our better Guilty Gear players in Illinois. Young player, got into Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus R pretty late, but really quickly leveled up his
I like how you said that young. When it was during the Accent Core.
No, that's what I'm saying. He started playing Accent Core like a few years ago.
Oh, he started playing. I thought you said he was playing that game when
and
it came
he became like one of the you know, top Plus R players in Illinois.
Alright.
And he is, also games. He'll be in Guilty Gear tonight too, Biken player, so I'm excited for that. Oh no, so he said he says in chat he has been playing AC since it came out, so he just started when he was 6.
So you are an old man. There we go.
Yeah. That's all. He was playing Plus R in the cradle. I was not aware of that. We got a retro game enthusiast. So I believe we're just waiting on Small Fry. Let's see.
Saw a little bit of Wukash's Narmaya last night. You know, still getting the bearings, of course. You know, Wukash has played a couple different games. Still putting the pieces together sometimes. Like, we forget, like, it feels like it's been out for a long time, but it's really been only a couple to 2 to 3 months if you're counting a Japanese release of Granblue.
Yeah.
It's like super young in a game's lifespan, and you can't expect everybody to have all the pieces together, so it's just, we're all still learning.
Yeah, and that's why we have these local events, these weekly tournaments to come out and, you know, test things out and say, well, this didn't work this week. I'm going to try something different next week, you know.
I'm glad we got a little bit of time with the local scene, a month and a half of locals to play with this game. It was fun.
It was really fun. But, you know, we're enjoying that play right now. You know, when the delay is like, you know, it's like 1, it's like not, you know, it's not too bad. You know, there's some moments where it's not.
I don't know what match you're playing that you get delay 1. Like,
you know, I do get some delay. I actually get some where it says delay 1, and it definitely feels like 3. Yeah. I don't.
Or if it changes during the match, like, okay, so it's late 10.
But this is the game we play. So.
All right, so we're still missing Small Fry, so we're gonna pass that for now. See if we can get some time for him to get in. These are the net play struggles, right? Is like trying to coordinate 30 people online. So we're gonna go ahead and pass to our second match and see if we can get Small Fry in here afterwards. If not, we'll have to move on in TQ. Yeah. So Rip Torn, Beelzebub player against Hydrophobic, who I mostly know as a Wisconsin Undernight player. So I haven't seen him play Granblue yet. So we'll see how that goes. Had a Percy avatar. So we'll see what the character selections are.
Yeah, like you said, Beelzebub, but has a Stories avatar. I don't know if just the DLC.
I hate getting mixed. I hate getting mixed when the avatar isn't who they play.
Yeah, it's Bubs, though. It's Bubs. Okay. We're seeing Bubs.
Yeah.
We're seeing Bubs.
So already I'm rooting for Hydrophobic for being an honest player who doesn't misrepresent the character that he's using in the lobby.
I mean, if I was a Bubs player right now, I'd be looking at other characters. He did not get any juice in this patch at all. In fact, got kind of a significant nerf with his fireball. So you got to be really careful in the neutral, throwing things out, and without any relative decent changes or buffs on your side. As Beelzebubs, you got to be more careful in this patch.
Yeah, he did.
Percy, on the other hand, this character's rocking.
He did receive the universal system nerf of if you get counter hit during the startup of a fireball, they don't come out. But his fireballs do still chew through most other ones as long as you can get them out. So we'll see what adjustments Rip Torn has made to the changes.
And on Percy's side, he already got buffed earlier in the month, even before this patch we're talking about. So it's like, you've had some time to really delve deep with that.
Yeah, now Percy does still have the issue of the man is walking hurt boxes, right? Like every button he puts out can be whiff punished from 3/4 screen by pretty much every character. But once they're out, the buttons are very good. They convert to things consistently. Yeah, that's a punishable sweep actually at that spacing.
I just like how Hydrophobic is just bulldogging right now, just 5M, walk out 5M. Really safe pressure right now, but still trying to navigate through those all fireballs, even if there are nerfs.
Yeah, nice job rolling. That's no, doesn't look like he can get a lot for that actually. I believe that's -7-ish, the non-EX sweep. Ooh.
Yeah, there's some things that you can get, but there's not a lot of damage when it comes to buffs.
Yeah.
So that's what you want. You want the pushback. Yeah. Because that's Bub's game plan, right? It's to keep using the spin kicks to kind of push you to the corner, and then get the big damage from the conversions from the other toolkit that he has. But I don't know if he might not get it right here.
Oh, a little bit of a miss buffer. Oh, his fireball timer was actually down. I think he tried to input Gunflame, but he had used the EX and he didn't have a timer available.
Lucky break.
Nice
anti-air. I saw the meter on deck too.
Yeah, too low to get the EX karma.
Really slow play from both players this first round and second round too.
I like to see that though. You're assessing you're assessing the opponent. You're assessing what they can do. It's pretty decent damage right here.
Yeah, big counter 5H. One of his better buttons just throw out and great challenge, even though it was plus.
That is something
he took his turn.
Bubs really does have in this matchup. You can see that's what I was talking about. The big hurt boxes combined with him having relatively big buttons, as well as the spin, both the light and medium. I mean, they have a significant amount of recovery, but they can explode buttons in neutral. Oh, another.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, again, you were just saying he didn't have fireball available, and he kept getting that.
Yeah, I really looking at those cooldowns. It's not like a typical game where you can just throw these out after the move ends. You gotta look at what's at the top of the screen there.
He's been very liberal with his EX fireball too, so he doesn't have it often. Ooh.
Dash up super. That'll be it right there. I like Rip Torn.
Yeah.
Rip Torn putting the game up.
Yeah, slow play, just really felt it out. Didn't need to rush anything. And you see a lot of Beelzebub players, so just dive. And while we saw that a lot from Rip Torn, he's really just playing the neutral, feeling it out. There's no really risk. I mean, that dive is still really good. It's plus. Oof, DP.
Okay. Late tech though, fireballs, and I like to see more, more fireballs on the other side from Hydro, just to kind of check when those normals come out. From Rip Torn. Maybe not the EX in general. There we go. Like, a little bit closer. Yeah. At that distance is really good.
Caught him off guard with the teleport out of the corner, though.
He's realizing that the fireball, just keeping a fireball stocked instead of using it on EX is like super good. But he has to fight his way out of the corner with the TP.
Get some stocks.
Yeah.
So we have are on deck on the other side. EX. One more confirm. Will be a ton of damage right here.
And good job backing off to get that far 5M spacing, because one of the threats against the characters who kind of have the game plan of putting you in the corner and bulldogging is Beelzebub has, you know, multiple options to move out of the corner. Ooh, caught him with the command grab. That's invuln.
Yeah. That's one of the hardest things about pressuring Beelzebub on his wake up, is that he can choose to do that skybound, which is invincible, that's a command grab, but if you try to jump and he does the other skybound, you get caught in the air. So it's kind of a little 50-50 when you're trying to pressure.
Pressure, there's firewall pressure right there. Now going for the dive, a little outside the range. Still gonna go in with that pressure off the spin kick. I like the checks from Rip Torn, just staying in a distance. He's not moving back too much. And say, if you're coming to me, I'm gonna check you.
He's like EX standing engine for pressure, but DP out from Hydrophobic.
Smooth with the fireball.
And I like the idea that Hydrophobic uses in neutrals, like a really slow play, just walk down, doesn't have to make anything too big happen, and finding a roll right there, but just hasn't been able to like pack him in the corner basically.
There we go. There, yeah. Oh, I was gonna say that was the distance that you wanted to play as against his character, because then you're allowing them to be able to teleport out. But there's the DP to knock him away.
And Hydrophobic has, when he has pressure, he has been putting himself at risk using that command dash, canceled off a normal. Can get punished for that.
Better just to use the normals that you have, the long range normals, and just sit at a distance. And if they're not going to see a big punish, you know, you might as well go for it. But Rip Torn is on the verge of sitting him to losers right now, and there it is, a nice little.
Good stuff to Rip Torn.
Yeah, good stuff to Rip Torn. But yeah, I think the big thing from Hydrophobic, he's playing the neutral well, nice, slow, and patient, but just couldn't crack open the defense once he had the offense going. So. Good stuff to Rip Torn. Moving on into winner's side. Let's see if we have our other match that we were gonna have first round up to the plate.
Yeah, we'll see some Maya.
We do not. So instead, you're gonna see me.
Oh.
So
versus
Elven Shadow.
Elven Shadow, the Guilty Gear God, the Foss God.
This is I'm pretty sure if I win here, I get fired from streaming Frosties next year. So we'll see how it goes. Speaking of Elven Shadow, of course, our second game today is Guilty Gear, right? Xrd Rev 2 on PC this time around. So not only do we have a solid matcherino going for Guilty Gear, over $80 today, but we also have bounties on Elven Shadow's head. There's 3 separate ones. $20 if you put them in the losers, $20 if you eliminate him, another 20 to the first person who can perfect him on stream, and if you instant kill him on stream, an additional $10. So Guilty Gear community coming through with a bunch of bounties on his head. Yeah, today, this is the stuff that we're missing from offline, right? Like the aggressive, you know, I want to see this guy fucked up. We don't get enough of that online sometimes. All right,
we're gonna take this.
We'll see how
when
this
this all is over, we'll take it. We'll take it there.
Did get some nerfs on her buttons.
But yeah, Elven Shadow played, like, it's like he's playing Cost in this character. He's a lot of trying to use the air-to-air, the good air normals, floating around, jumping around, so he has a very interesting to see, like, just the influence he has from Cost, trying to put in this character. But great challenge from Elven Shadow.
Okay, the air splits the distance between them.
And this, like, the neutral is squarely in Fairy's favor, but, like, the problem is the risk-reward is still very high in Catalina's favor, because 1-5H, if you're close to the corner, is going to hurt.
Yeah, you don't want to get, you know, you don't get melted. That's one thing that they really need to change with this character is the damage. Some of her normals are not as good. It's all about the crouching in.
Yeah, that EX thrust. Yeah, right there, that spacing at EX thrust, if you throw out like a normal right there, it's hard, and then still plus at that range.
If Catalina DPs after a perfectly spaced thrust and Fairy pushes a button, Cat'll get the weird DP height that she can actually combo off of. All right, so he's doing GG cancels on block, which aren't real. I got to be better about doing that. But he's doing a good job, like, mixing up when he's throwing out GG.
Right. Yeah, it's not really safe, it's not really real, but like, if you're not ready for it, you can definitely use GG to your advantage. And
here we go. Jump back outside of there. Yeah, good defense by Callisto right now.
Yeah, that's sweep. It's still good. I can't believe they did not nerf sweep besides the class changes. We can talk about that later, but
yeah, we're not seeing that right now, right here. Callisto does have him in the corner. This is where this is fine. Like Callisto's eating some damage, but you know what? No big deal. You push this man to the corner.
And you can see how good those buttons are. Like 2 of the buttons nerfed from Fairy is the far M and the 5H, but right now getting melted in the corner.
The finish.
Don't want to. If you're gonna jump in the corner against Catalina, you have to, especially as Fairy, you have to swing out. Like, never back jump and push a button against Catalina in the corner. Her anti-airs are both too good and too rewarding.
And that's one of the things that kind of Elvin has a habit of, just because, like, Foss, he's really familiar with Foss, obviously, so that's a lot of how his neutral is playing right now. But it's really dangerous to do that against Cat. But yeah, you see a lot of the 5Ms, like it's a lot slower. 5H right there is a lot slower, but it's still a long range button that controls a lot of neutral, but it's a lot riskier. Whoops.
Okay, close H. EX Hula. The pushback on that. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing the false stuff now, especially throwing out the GG in the neutral like that off the cancels. Do you want to get the items on the floor, litter? With them waiting there. Looking for that kind of confirm.
There we go. That's if you're not close enough for a thrust, you can at least fireball to get Fairy to block, to let GG go away. Yeah. Hey, there it is.
Jump back. Okay.
And that's a big problem. He could have confirmed with the EX whip, or he has whip there. He's gonna use Momo. Let's see. This is a weird fight because sometimes, yeah. Ooh.
Trying to get the overhead. Nice jump back.
Yeah.
Callisto with the EX to the double KO.
I'll actually take that. I dropped my combo, unfortunately, in the corner, but... Oh, wow!
Oh, yeah, big DP. That's another big nerf. That
her DP
from,
now
significantly slower.
Not only is the DP slower, but with the changes to standing and crouching light recoveries almost across the board, you can't whiff a meaty into DPs and recover in time to block anymore. Pretty much except for against Fairy. Hers is like the only DP in the game you can do that.
We're gonna go into Momo again. This is interesting, because Cat has that thrust to kind of go
interaction.
Dangerously to corner. Yeah, like still there's a big life deficit, but man, one thrust could like really do it.
It's fine for it. He heard you.
Nice jump back.
Oh, the jump back. Now the jumps are working out a little bit better in Elvin Shadow's favor.
Also, it is 1-1 actually now.
Yeah. There we go. Man, he's streaming. You gotta give him some. Give him some leeway here. All right. He's streaming. He's doing this at the same time, playing at the same time. So
hey, I actually gave him the credit early. I gave him his match. I actually gave him the first game.
You could still see, like, even with the nerf 5H and the nerf far M, like that button still is great in neutral, and sweep is obviously still great in neutral because barely anything changed about it. So
yeah, I mean, it's not something you're gonna be able to like whip punish on reaction every single time, or get something off every single time. And even if you do get the EX thrust, like you catch it in the neutral, are you gonna be able to convert every single time? It's not always that way. So you might, like, if you're a Fairy player, like I would not have switched off this character. Oh, yeah. Still ridiculously strong.
I won't even downplay her anymore now that she's potentially a top. But it doesn't matter how strong you are when you get melted in the corner by Cat. Break up front, empty jump low, the classic. Decades on decades of fighting games.
Yeah, I caught the roll. Yeah, the universal 2D strongest strategy.
Ooh. 2H. Sometimes if you're late on 2H, especially against catch up you. Could spell danger, but great answer from Elvin Shell. But getting pushed in the corner, great spacing on the EX thrust. I wish that was the back throw, but still gonna have some time to set up some GG.
He's still playing the ranges quite well, but I mean, like 1-2M, right? Like that's all Callisto needs.
1-5H, yeah, and he's spacing the thrust well. Callisto knows like the spacing on where thrust is gonna be super effective.
Just chipped away
right around there, yeah.
Right there at that moment.
For that 2M, as we see there.
And her far L is also a problem too. Like that also got a little bit of a nerf.
Wow. Oh, great jump on that.
You're gonna keep enough, but he will get a pickup. No.
Cat's 2H. Cat's 2H again. You die up this.
Yeah. Of course.
You're gonna jump back and press buttons against Cat, especially with Fairy, where she extends her hurt box. That's what spelled death for Elvin Shadow. Good stuff for Callisto to push that out.
It's interesting because they Cat is she undeniably is nerfed in this version, but it's very weird. They calmed down things that she was already not that good at, primarily pressure and mix-up up close. But they didn't take away any of the stuff about her that, like, was actually extremely strong. Like her mid-range game, her damage off of, you know, stray counter hits, stuff like that. Like, this character will still absolutely, like, detonate you for messing up at the mid-range.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you still get melted by Cad. Like, you just, the routes that are there are a little bit different. But, I mean, when you look at what happens and what's happened to the rest of the cast, like, you know, something's becoming more whiff punishable, kind of equals things out. But she's not going to be as oppressive. Her pressure isn't going to be oppressive, especially in the corner. But she's still going to be ridiculous when she lands those hits.
Just one stray poke, that's Cat's strength. You just find one stray hope that you're kind of close to the corner, and you just win up that match. But up next, we have...
It's going to be a Kizarkrate and Midi.
Midi was originally a fairy player, I believe, but has I saw last night switch to Zoe, and we see it out there. We get our first look at Zoe today for SSSO. Yeah, this character is super exciting. It's she's a little bit more involved, but I wouldn't say too complicated. But the dragon meter is definitely something that takes a lot of awareness to get used to, and we can explain as we go on.
Yeah, definitely, as you said, like a little more involved. Like the meter is something you got to worry about, charging that up and using the neutral. It hasn't been, as far as I've seen, like a detriment in a lot of plans for a lot of characters. Like for when people are playing, like I feel like you don't have to worry about it a lot. Maybe more than
yeah. If you end up losing meter and you're like getting rushed down, it hurts, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, you should, if you're controlling neutral well, you should, especially against a character that's like fairy, you can like charge pretty easily in neutral. And also on Kizarkrate's side, he actually busted out Zoe as well last night here or there. So he's somewhat familiar with this character, but using personal against her right now.
Yeah, Kizar's going to have the advantage of having played his character since launch for the most part. Percival, as we mentioned earlier, generally his biggest weakness is the fact that he's relatively easy to whiff punish. Where Zoe actually has, you see that right there, that 2M. That 2M like may have replaced Cat 2M as like just the best standalone normal in the game. Like retracts very quickly, reaches very far, combos to things, can be buffered to safe rekkas. A lot of good stuff about it, but not getting even space or time. Oh, why he gets those? I didn't think he had those kinds of combos.
Big problem.
Where's nobody EXE? He lied to me. I asked him last night if he could get that EXDP late juggle, and he said no, Percival doesn't get that because there's too much recovery. I've been...
Oh, he's hiding the tech from you.
Yeah, this man's saving it for online nationals, saving it for EVO online.
Yeah, you see the big problem though, like Kizarkrate's been putting on the pressure. Zoe does not have a traditional DP. Her DP that you see that flies up is not invincible until frame 11, so you cannot use it as a natural DP to get out of the situation.
Yeah, it's a lot more like Honda's like EX butt slam, where it's like invincible part way through and then plus on block if you block it. The good thing is it tracks to where the opponent is, so rather than using it as a reversal, it's more of like a bypass neutral tool.
Yeah. Or bypass not a neutral tool, a bypass neutral tool.
It's definitely not a, you know, I'm trying to play some footsies here. I'm trying to end them right here. But Kizarkrate just ended Mizzy here real quick.
Yeah, pretty quick game one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, Zoe in the corner, you definitely have to use really great defense in order to get out. There's no DP available for you, especially, and Kizarkrate kind of knows that. Like I said, there's like the bad, it's not even EX, but went over to Fireball.
I like to see that a little bit more too. Make Kizar challenge with those DPs.
That second hit of that kind of Rekka series is like around -6, -8, but it pushes back pretty far. But Percival has a long enough normal.
Yeah, both Rekka follow-ups are -8. Online, they can be kind of hard to punish because the block stun ends relatively quickly. Oh, nice confirm off the counter hit.
You just see like constant pressure from Kizar, and that's gonna happen too, especially with when you're learning a new character. You're gonna be a little bit more passive. You're not sure of all the situations. You're not familiar with the character, so you kind of let some things rock. You're not super familiar. So
nice anti-air.
Great anti-air. There we go.
Wow, there we go.
That's a simple way to confirm off that anti-air.
Yeah, she has a lot of really cool anti-air options actually. So you can cancel to her 5U to stock a little bit of Dragon Meter, and then let that go and do another 2H or a 5H into combos. You can, I think, on non-counter hit, if you recognize it, you can just hold the 5U and do the little forward plus button explosion. All right.
But
Kids are making pretty quick
I mean,
work
we
here.
ain't gonna see any of that right now. but that's fine, because honestly, this is why you come and do these locals every week, right? That's why you come out here and play, is to get this character in line. What happens this week, the person that we see right now may be way different than we see weeks later. Midi may, you know, be running the set play all over Kizu.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen fast level, right? We've seen fast level ups from several people already as they got into the game or got into their character. So we'll see how he continues in the next few weeks. Up next, though, our own Zach in a Box here, gonna have to multitask, commentate while he plays. Gonna be coming up against Rip Torn, so we should be seeing Fairy up against Beelzebub.
And that's Rip Torn. I mean, we just saw Rip Torn, so you know, obviously Zach has some a little bit of knowledge on assessing that person's game plan.
I think we've split sets so far. I think the first time I played Rip Torn, he has beat me. So
yeah, you did. I know the first tournament set you guys played, you did lose to him.
Yeah.
That might have been one of the first
Beelzebubs. Yeah, it's a very slow style, and if you're starting to get impatient, you know, he'll just take advantage. So
yeah,
I need to watch out for.
One of the weaknesses of Fairy is that you can counter hit her buttons on the way out, and his spin special, his 214 special, is very good for that. Like just kind of throwing it out will chew up those buttons. Ooh,
it was good. Oh, nice DP. Already to the corner.
There's also.
Oh, 2H. Ah, whipped it, unfortunately.
I think Beelzebub players like fall into their own category of like never blocking memes in that they're not like Lancelot where they just never block ever, but they'll never block after like a jump in. If you get a Bubs player to block a jump in, like you're getting DP'd or you're getting grab supered.
Yeah, one or the other.
All right, Zach with pretty good corner control here, not committing to anything, but you can see these big buttons. Oh, and the DP.
Punish?
Yeah.
Didn't have it ready.
He may have tried to do EX spin. Most of his hit confirms mid-screen or into spin, but the timer is shared between that and the dive kick in the air, which he had just used. All right, gonna push back with the super.
Now that's gone. No skybound art.
Right, DP's out.
DP again.
This is still doable for Rip Torn if he can get a good hit, but it's going to be kind of hard to do so in neutral against Fairy when she has full resources. Install meters available. If he wants to do pressure, he could throw out the ball. Finds a hit, though.
Yeah, speaking of pressure, use the EX.
Whoa, maybe fireball. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, finally gets the spin back. You can get the money maker going, but
nice
the check in the air.
Yeah, caught the startup of the EX dive kick, trying to get in with some plus frames.
Something I've been trying to change. Usually I kind of hold because I either try to anti or hold the dives. I've been trying to be a little more proactive in the air, so I don't have to.
Yeah,
that's actually a really good idea. You want to deny them the plus frames. That's part of their game plan of just trying to start to get something going on, right? Like, if you could stop that and you could also deny them the card for a little bit, that's not too bad.
Your mileage might vary by character. Usually how I handle Bubs' dive kick actually for my character is, oh god, I don't need my medium buttons for a lot of neutral because of the spaces that he keeps, so I hold down M so that I can like twitch react to dive kick with forward plus skill button to DP it. You know, that can work on like DJ, Gran, Catalina, anti-air grab characters like Basaraga and Lodiva. And you can see, yeah, there's that spin, just holding down the middle of the screen. There you go. Zach showing
the Fairy.
Zach showing that he has not played. Zach clearly has not played RPG mode enough to farm weapons, or else he'd be spot dodging the Beelzebub projectiles. That is the most important skill I gained from grinding 5 consoles worth of weapon unlocks, was being able to spot dodge Beelzebub. What? Oh, he was too early.
Sweep anyway.
So there is throw-in vuln on wake up of like 2 frames, I think, on a normal wake up, and 5 frames on the wake up of a late throw tech, and he was a little bit early, I believe. Either that, actually, when she throws GG, she may pull her hurt box slightly when she throws GG, and maybe the grab just whiffed because it doesn't have very good range.
Yeah. Range is pretty. His grab range is pretty sus, and also the super range is pretty sus in general too. Yeah. So still, he's doing some work here. He gets the knockdown off the fireball. Zach gets a sweep. I like Zach going for the sweeps now. Especially
nice,
too. I think that's a really
good
idea.
recognition of the height that he ate that jump in, that it was his turn. Karma mix-ups.
Nice.
Good blocks by Zach.
Stuff in the
Get
rolls.
opened up.
Wow,
The jump
just
over.
spun in his face.
Yo, you'll take that though. Because now you're out of the corner, and that eliminates a lot of what Buff wants to do.
All right, Zach with a bit of corner control here. Teleported
Teleports,
out, but
watch for those.
he wasn't aggressive after the teleport. Didn't go for the command grab super or anything. Just took his space. Nice staggers into the 2L.
GG? Yes, sir.
All right.
But I think Zach blocked this.
Yeah, Zach
Yes,
went
he
ahead and blocked
did.
it. If you want to punish that super, you have to spot dodge it, but the spot dodge timing can vary based on how far away you are from him.
Block.
Nice blocks.
Yeah. You have to be. I feel like it's always better just, unless you're like close up in front of his face, just to block it out.
Yeah, if you're right in front of him, you could go ahead and just spot dodge immediately after the flash, and it'll always work.
get the
But if you're
punish.
if you're a couple characters back, you may have to delay the spot dodge slightly. That said,
And I don't have timing, so.
there's so much recovery on that super that after you spot dodge, you can get a full jump in punish. So nice. Speaking of spot dodges, makes the dive kick whiff so he doesn't have to hold the plus frames.
Patient with the block strings. So not putting himself in this position. Oh! I tried to get there. Overhead. Oh!
I just knocked back to mid-screen.
Ow.
EX Karma. All right, just gonna spin one, or just going to spin the normal version of the spin.
And you can see one of the drawbacks for Bubs in this matchup is having a pretty slow fireball and not having moves that otherwise move him forward in attack. Zach's able to get away with doing GG cancels on block, which most characters with any sort of forward moving attack or fast fireball don't have to hold, because they can, even if it doesn't hit, they can make contact with her to make GG go away.
Yeah, like if you're a Grand, you can just EX
Yeah,
boot, or even
or
normal
you just do
boot through.
fireball. Fireball will reach. Like medium, light fireball pretty much always work.
I get myself.
He's risking it all, and it just hit him a little bit.
Oh no, I'm caught with the
Still
5H.
gets the down.
Still out there.
I really like the idea of the Super Skybound because he made it so Zach could not run in and push some sort of high-low mix-up with sweep or instant overhead behind the ball. He at least bought himself a little bit of time in the corner. So pretty smart stuff.
But now Zach sits on match point right now. Couldn't spot dodge the fireball. That's why he's got those basic weapons right now. Still time overhead. You see that so many times before the DP right after. Normal version. I gotta say, I like Zach using the dive kick also for movement, just to cover spaces.
Yeah.
You see some fairies typically, maybe not use it as much as they should, but I think it's good to keep the pressure on. Stay a little bit close. The knockdown, overhead, and then it's a finish right there.
Get a sweep after that. GG's.
Yeah.
We've all been asking that.
Is that new? Did she always
No.
get that? Okay.
Yeah, she always gets that.
Okay. She's just always been busted. That's all. No bigs. No big
insane.
deal.
Even when she's nerfed, she's still. I mean, but that's one of those situations where the nerfs didn't impact this matchup that much, because even though the you can whip punish her buttons a little bit better. There's not much Buffs can do. He can kind of knock her back or get a few hits here and there, but you're not knocking her down or knocking her further to the corner or further to an area where you want to be able to play. And unfortunately, it's just how it be.
All right, as we get set up for our next match here, I'd like to remind everyone, if you do want to help support these tournaments, you can hit up the Matcherino. SSSO050220 GBVS is the URL at the end there, and that's also a 50-cent coupon code. You can throw 50 cents into the pot for free, no other expense needed. But while you're there, you can also check out the manga selections from Kaiten Books. Purchases made in the marketplace section will also go towards the pot. And we also have the sweet shirt available with art by Quasimodo X if you want to support the Waifu Dome directly. Proceeds will help future pot bonuses and equipment and whatnot for the events. And if you want to follow on social media, here are your options to do so. At the Waifu Dome on Twitter, you can follow myself at BG Callisto on Twitter and on Twitch, and the Sausage King on YouTube. So getting into our next match, we're going to have Days up against... he's going against A-Strike. Days, formerly known as 13 Blades, one of the strongest BlazBlue and BB Tag players in our Chicagoland region, who primarily has played online a lot. So it looks like he's going with Jita. Makes sense. He was a Jin player primarily in BlazBlue games.
This character, I haven't played it too much, but I played both characters, and like I feel like the Rekka pressure from Jita, like the medium one, like right here, could be super bad for Fairy because she doesn't really have anything fast to really challenge that afterwards. So she could put out a lot of pressure, especially in this situation.
This matchup as well, prior to the patch, this matchup was like not good for Jita. She doesn't have fast forward-moving attacks the way Gran would have the boot or Catalina would have the thrust, and her buttons would get kind of beat up by Fairies. But the combination of Fairies 5H being changed to not hit as low, and some other changes to her buttons means Jita can back up to that range there and just mash sweep. And like Fairy cannot do a whole lot about it because she has that Gran Soul, low-profile sweep.
And one of the scariest part, because Jita's run speed is so fast, that's actually a hard thing as you missed the confirm, if somebody just runs at you, especially with as Fairy, like it's scary because then if you commit to a button on the ground and they jump, like especially with the DP nerf, I can't anti-guard, so that's the big threat, but obviously that's a big risk on Jita's part to just run at you, so we'll see how Daze tries to approach this neutral right now. Yeah, I like the fireball. If GG is out, you try to at least get them to block something, so you don't have to deal with GG.
Oh no! Yeah, DP was available.
Oh, great response. Had the knowledge there. If you were a little bit closer, you could just throw it too, but it's kind of far, so EXDP was the right choice there. Ooh, nice.
Next Rekkas.
Yeah, just not far enough. And that's one of the big things that a lot of characters just have to do now on pressure, is start with 5L, or if you have a plus 2L, right? Because the close M pressure, nobody really has anymore, so...
Yeah.
That's really, you start with that. Okay, DP out, I'm sure that with the right setup, you can still block, because Fairy's EXDP is significantly.
Yeah, Jita can absolutely do, like... You can do a meaty 5L that'll recover in time to block. You can actually just mash 5L, not auto combo, but like...
Oh, the sweep!
Yeah, you called it out right there.
I was testing that today, that you can do 5L as a frame trap to Fairy, and still, if you're holding back, you'll still block the DP.
Okay, great response to the roll, right in his face.
Oh, yep, there's the meaty 5A.
Yeah, you kind of see, like, I think there's like you were saying, there's a little bit more risk in throwing buttons in this match now, because you saw, like, that one sweep in neutral just got expired. Very, like, Sheep Rider 5S, where you have to sweep Elsem.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're doing.
That's basically the big difference, is Jita had a hard time doing so pre-patch because of the strength of Fairy's buttons, but now Jita absolutely can. And unlike the similar characters like Gran and Cat, Jita can buffer to safe Rekkas off of any hit, so she's also not risking a lot. All right, building a lot of meter with the 5U there.
Great rolls too, and now this corner pressure is super big.
Oh, yeah, and the 5H.
Still 5H.
Yes, didn't even have to run forward.
Oh.
Yeah.
All cards are gone, but the throw's going to help out quite a bit to jump in.
Yeah, Skybound. Block
nice.
and
punish.
not even a block and punish. Spot dodge.
Spot dodge.
And Daze showing another strength of Jita compared to Gran and Cat is that both of her EXs leave enough juggle time to get a sweep after them. And actually, so does her DP if you do like the full EX Rekka, EX DP, or EX Fireball, EX DP route. So Jita can get the same safe jump off of pretty much every single touch she gets. It's not like Gran and Cat where one special will lead to it, but the other might not. Nice punish.
And I like Dave's just like bulldogging right now because like this corner right now, I think he gets the...
Yeah, there's the sweep. Yep. That's what I was talking about. Sweep canceled in the spot dodge.
DP. Yeah.
GG out. H-strike there. But
Jita also gets really easy safe jumps off her throw, which is another great... Ooh, auto combos? That should be it.
Wow. There was like a whiff to like find the meaty. That was weird. I don't have to check that back. But yeah, good stuff to Daze. Moving on.
Oh, frame kill there.
Yeah, frame kill.
We have those up in this game, all right.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's a couple of setups like that where you like do a meaty overhead and it'll be plus. I don't know if like exactly you could whiff a button and do it, but that's sort of the similar setup right there. So good stuff to Daze. I'm gonna be moving on as we move on. I think we're going to stream the next round.
Yeah, moving on to round 3 of winners. So it's going to be myself up against Kilo.
Yeah, Kilo. So the interesting thing about Kilo last night is that he played Zoe for like half the bracket, which was really interesting. But then once he got to like loser semis or loser quarters, something around there, he switched back to Gran.
He's like, I gotta step it up. I gotta go back to Greg.
Yeah.
And that's a character, honestly, that he did get the same nerfs in terms of like lessening closer pressure, right? But he's still good. Like he's still amazing.
Still good. I think he was one of the characters that really didn't get hit too bad out of the top 4, but he is going with Zoe, so I'm excited. I saw a little bit of the set play. He had the set play going. He was really familiar with charging and being aware. That's the one thing we always compliment Kilo on, is his awareness on like the confirm. So no stranger to that. No surprise that he can like kind of keep his dragon meter kind of filled and be aware of like when it's about to run out and plan accordingly. So we'll see.
I like that there's a Zoe player out here that is focused on hit confirming and things like that. You see a lot of, I got a cool set play and stuff like that, but that doesn't matter until you get into the actual match itself, right? Build your neutral first, then get to your set play later.
A lot of stagger pressures from Callisto, great block from Kilo. Ooh, 2 A's still hit!
On the other side though.
Oh, this is big confirm. Like we were talking about, Zoe doesn't really have a reversal, so she's gonna hold that. We're back to mid screen though. And the thing about Zoe's set play is that it's just not too bad in mid screen. It's really when you get to the corner. And look at look at the charge.
She does have Super Skybound available, so from mid screen, you have to be pretty careful about fireballs.
Yeah, and
I did not know that eliminates fireballs.
Yeah,
yes,
it eliminates
it's
fireball. And the one thing we learned too, if your dragon meter's out and you do that, you'll get meter back. So really interesting move. Oh man, that's so hard to see with the blue.
Nice
on the
punish.
screen, that overhead. And now we're in the corner. This could be bad. A lot of set play. Yeah, it's so hard to see.
Oh, big DP.
Yeah, I thought he was going to come in after the overhead to try to continue a combo. I got hard baited.
Alright, yeah. Like, Callisto had the corner control and really just couldn't finish off the last pixel of health. Great blocks for Kilo. That's the special that Kilo has, the run up overhead, so really familiar with it. Charging in the corner.
Yo, what bravery right there from Kilo to do that, because one X thrust and you're getting dusted right here. Speaking of getting dusted.
Okay, we're gonna go with that reset. Big damage. And still
nice
has
block.
an EX with the field goal. Yeah, great block. Yeah, Kilo playing it slow. Not doing anything, because Zoe really has to play slow in the corner to fight out, right? She doesn't really have any great spacing out.
If you're Kilo, you definitely want to switch this position like real soon here. Doesn't have much dragon meter. I like how Callisto's playing close enough to like, if you're trying to charge up, well it was, but trying to charge up is difficult, but he had to drag it out for a little bit there.
And Callisto letting him charge.
No, sick.
Nope, not with a chase down.
Oh my god.
Callisto said no.
The game auto-corrected my... No? I did run up 5H, buffered into Fireball, and the game like auto-corrected my input into Super when he flew over me.
Could have claimed
Godlike.
It would have mattered.
It just said godlike when the game helped him out. Overhead again, no, denied.
Alright, the thrust falling into the corner. Great tech from Kilo. Risky tech, but tech nonetheless.
Once she gets to the corner, the risk of those techs are, well, she gets Catalina.
Oh, nice
pressure, though. I like Callisto kind of switching up that full screen pressure, but here's the air dance. Much from Kilo.
He's doing a really good job of taking away my thrusts with there's the anti-air,
Yeah, Dragon Meter is out right now, so you have to wait quite some time.
I think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead.
So that's the thing about Zoe is that when the Dragon Meter goes away, like you can still charge it and get some back, it'll stack, but you still won't have Dragon up available, if that makes sense. So like once you run out, you'll be out for a while. You can still charge it, but you still won't have Dragon back until like a timer, and then you'll get half on top of that.
Oh my god, that hits on the other side?
Yeah. The things that this character can do, like, you have to be aware of, like, not only the Dragon Meter, but also the other cards and stuff like that, too, to see if you can actually perform those moves. But Kilo seems to have a decent hand on this character, but it's Callisto, though, it's been working right now. Uh-oh. I might have spoke too soon here. Pressure in the corner.
Okay, pressure in the corner. Oh, great.
Late tag.
The stagger? Not a close down's not a thing.
Oh, you see that? The 2L right there?
Yeah.
Jumping over the overhead. I'm trying to confirm. Kilo, let's see if he's got any mixes in the corner. We talked about this being a good thing for this character. Jump back lightning.
Yeah, the jump back lightning is pretty good, but then if they read it and run under it, it's really, really punishable. But yeah, it's out of commission now. Use the EX.
Nice check.
Yeah, great check.
Oh, I didn't get... Oh my god.
The confirm? No, he didn't get the full one.
No, I went to stand up to 5L punish it, and didn't get the stand up because I buffered too quickly.
What a count confirm.
Oh. Yo, this is angry Callisto right here. Streamer Callisto right here. It's gone. It is angry competitive Callisto.
Charging in his face. And I like, that 2M is so good. Like, that's the thing, is like, people talk about like, okay, well, we're unsure about the neutral for this character, but like, just being able to have that 2M to use in the neutral could be good enough.
It might be.
Added dragons and whatnot.
Wow, that like high profile to my 2M.
Gamma Ray.
How about it? Let's see.
I gotta give them credit. They actually made that one very short. They made that cutscene super short, and I appreciate them for that. But Callisto answering back here.
As the corner, Callisto pretty close, so any where it's gonna be meaningful, push that back though. Yeah, that charge, like once you you don't want to rush in too much because what a thrust! Yeah, Callisto was talking earlier before we went live is that he wants to stand around like EX thrust range, so if she does get too cheeky with those charges, EX thrust right away, and that won him the round 2A!
Yeah, the height was a little iffy on the 2H.
Alright, running up. Oh, what a challenge!
What is going
on? The double laser!
Kilo trying to find out of the corner here.
He's done a good job of not being too antsy in the corner, but got punished with that.
Again, like one pickup is all it's gonna do. But also the thing is, we've seen Kilo many times like just switch out of the corner after like a 2H. You know, just use it for the side swap, maybe not even the combo. That lightning though.
Oh,
coming down the raise with the dragons. Is that gonna confirm? No Gamma Ray for you. Denied. He's fireball.
Almost got the confirmed with the skyball. Not quite. Empty jump low. The classic. Decades upon decades.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about not having to worry about. I mean, her 2H is super serviceable, but she doesn't have an anti-air DP, and it's a little harder to just like twitch anti-air with 2H.
With a 1-1 here, Callisto versus Kilo. I see the ideas from Kilo. They're working out, but it's just Callisto getting confirms and capitalizing on the mistakes. Obviously, the early day mistakes. And when you play a character you just picked up.
And of course, Kilo has like committed to at least playing this character this set. That's how he did it last night. He was in winners with Zoe all the time, and then went to Granblue. So
nice anti-air.
Yo, he backed off, got the anti-air. Yo, the meaty lightning. Yo, okay, great wait by Callisto, got the DP right after.
And he had to use that EX lightning because he's out of Dragon Meter at that point. So it's something you could still do to put on a set play without the Dragon.
Oh God,
calling him out. Oh, actually, does land there. I'm still bleeding a little bit.
One of the things that you could do to catch
what a grab!
That Callisto are doing when you're charging is that follow-up.
I tried to super skybound out of the pressure, and I think I missed the gap.
That's huge. Like we talk about how that's not like a traditional DP to use for wake up, but using it there to set up that mix up for plus frames, that was like super strong.
Brain stuff and kill now match point.
Nice.
Going from those fireballs to Yo, what a pick! I mean, he's gonna have like that.
I got mixed because I was too thrilled with that confirm.
Feeling yourself a little bit too much. Gotta come down to the ground here. Late tag. Also advancing it.
Oh, really?
Lightning eating through here. DP overhead gets blocked though. Nice check. Saw him jump back, so I know you're gonna jump forward. Get a little bit too froggy.
Oh yeah, using a lot of Dragon Meter and he's gonna try to charge it back. It's not in range where he could get punished right now, so
Oh, missed the EX.
Oh, that was a bad jump. Yeah,
that's out.
I deserve to. Oh!
And Kilo doesn't make it just yet. It's not over yet. He's going for it. It didn't work. Unfortunate. Kilo.
What?
that was sick.
Yo, what's that? I like how right after they're both waiting at the rematch screen and they're hovering over it because I know Callisto's like, yo, run that back.
Yeah, no, I'd like to announce that SSS Online is now a 3 out of 5 tournament. Wow.
Oh.
Wowie. Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
Good to know. But
Yeah, that's again, that's data that we can use, and then next time when you play Kilo or any Zoe play,
that is data I can use when I @ArcSystemWorksU on Twitter. Okay.
It's not frame 1 invincible. So, but
Yeah.
Once that thing is out, it is invincible. I think we've seen it really right there, right?
It's the EX butt slam. That's the EX butt slam of the game. We thought it was Charlotta. Nah, she's not the Hana. Maybe it's Zoe in some parts.
So good stuff to Kilo, week 1 character, looking pretty solid in some aspects.
Yeah, here really interesting usage of the fireball in ways that like most Zoe players who I play haven't been that forward with the fireball to like just kind of keep me from doing thrust and stuff because the expensive dragon meter is maybe something you have to grapple with on like losing a little every time you throw it out. Well, good stuff to Kilo there.
But yeah, so right now we're gonna have Kizzer versus HB. Yeah, Kizzer, both Kizzer and HB, pretty consistent players at these tournaments. So let's see, HB with that very game.
Yeah, they have not left that character. Why would you? Same with Percy as well, who's been blessed with some greater buttons, greater ability to anti-air. Also, the sweep's gotten a lot better too. Also the command grab too, easier to just land that H, especially mid-screen.
Oh, just running out like the sweeps. Both character sweeps are just probably like top 2 in the game at this point.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Definitely think Percy's really good.
Ooh, I like that.
Just canceling. Okay, nice challenge there.
Yeah, great challenge. Kizzer loves to do that in block strings, the EX low option off the command dash, but yeah, it is minus, so it's a great challenge for HP. Trying to control his neutral here.
One of those hits.
Plays this really patiently because he knows 1 hit could do it, but trying to hold a mix up. Trying to bait out a DP, didn't know dice.
A little too patient right now. I don't know. HP definitely has off lead and definitely has a lot of meter on deck. And at this range, at this screen, you're putting yourself as a detriment as a Percy player. And there's the overhead to do it. I saw the just frames come up, man, trying to build build some meter. Poor Kizzer. You gotta get in. And it's kind of difficult, I think, when the fairy player understands how to play this matchup.
Yeah. Trying to charge up though. He knows it only takes like 1 push to the corner. But I like HB using like a non-neutral jumps to stop any like approach. But here we go. We're going to the corner because there's a big fan of using those 2 EXs to stock up afterwards.
Stocks are high.
Yeah.
I'll find those confirms though. Yo,
wow,
sweep, GG.
Yes. And that's the big thing you have to do in this matchup as fairies. Just trade the sweep with the fireball block strings. You'll take that knockdown. Wow, great roll too. You should be dead. Could have gone to the sky.
Light, yep.
Okay.
There it is, right after the light.
Nice. Nicely done. Aware of all the optimization you need to do off that combo.
Yeah, Kizzer looking a lot more solid that round. As you said, it was just like you get the stocks, get the corner pressure. You can melt this character. There are a few great moments that HB had, but here we go back into this one here. No stage, no stagger pressure going for the throw.
Nice,
I like that.
respecting the
Just
DP.
walk back for DP.
Out of throw range for both players there. That's pretty common in this game.
I'll take my turn.
You kind of have to microdash into every throw in this game. Throw ranges themselves are not particularly strong.
That's where the stagger pressure comes in. Oh, great 5H. Oh, didn't get the GG after, so there was no real mix-up, but just a random jump in.
Yeah, I think
it worked out.
I think Kizzer may have expected like a swing or something that he was trying to get under.
Break the script. HP on the verge right now.
Yeah.
First match. Scuff nice and smooth, and there it is.
1, 2, it's still low.
They really didn't change that.
Yeah, they didn't really change to him.
Yeah, they should have listened to me. That was the only change I actually wanted for Fairy. I wanted everything the same, but I wanted 2M to be a mid.
You got everything around there. But that, they're like, you know what? We're gonna listen to everybody else here in this one.
They counter it, confirm leads. Kizzer Fate in the corner, controlling corner. It is HB up 1-0.
Whoops.
I gotta get Kizzer. Oh no, what's a whip?
There we go. Professional streamer.
Wake up with it. Yeah, I gotta do that right now.
Yeah. That was interesting. I think the EX Blackbolt choice pushed him around the corner really, really well.
And Kizzer really great at buffering those M buttons, utilizing those. 2M is such a great button for this character, for Percy in general. And check a lot of our normals. You see that nice spot dodge, getting through, confirm, nice, the down.
That is
again, the meat and punch buttons are so great.
That is something that can be kind of rough. Is Percival is his close normals. If you catch them as anti-airs, they don't reach super high up themselves, and they pop the opponent up pretty high. So it can be kind of hard to. If you do 2 of them, it can be hard to have them not float clean out of the combo. All right, catches the 5 command grab.
Air-to-air confirms right now, and that's what's been running him these past couple rounds.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice
check.
caught the spot dodge.
Oh.
Denied. Kids are tying it up here.
And you see the difference because like HB, you know, really slow controlling the neutral, but when Kizzer gets like 1 timed roll or just 1 air-to-air confirm, it goes bad in a hurry. So we'll see if
and we usually see that out of HB. Like she plays a pretty slow, controlled style, usually very good defense and whatnot. So she's willing to like grind out a 60-second fairy win.
But big DP big, but not a big punish.
We all started with jump H from Kizzer. Just going in, nice cancel off the command dash EX version.
And he used
Safe
command
jump.
dash when HB when she didn't have DP. So that was a really good, because otherwise she could just DP any command dash that comes in. Great stuff from Kizzer. Creates a lot of awareness.
Smells blood right now. I see it. I see it in his eyes. The way that he's going in definitely is way different than he was playing the first round, where it was a lot less like, you know, a lot more passiveness. But now the jump-ins are happening. HB's a little bit more pensive about using the DPs and the anti-air options.
I really like
and
the
to be honest, without
expense,
the DP, you don't really have much.
I like that Kizzer caught the JH at like kind of a questionable height and went for the EX run into the sweep, which is safe on block, as opposed to the regular one, which would have been punishable if you, when the jump in didn't combo the following button. And Kizzer cleaning on his plate, moving on in winners.
Yeah, close set, but I think once Kizzer kind of felt the way that HB, the way she wanted to control neutral, he was able to stop, put her in the corner, and then win off that. So good stuff to Kizzer, moving on into winners.
Kizzer.
Next. Like, what are we gonna have?
Up next, we're going to be seeing a Macho facing off against the Man Series, aka Seth Series.
So at this point today, okay.
WNT.
brand safe match, representing Midwest movement. So we're gonna see Macho most likely not playing Lancelot. You had mentioned he was playing Zoe last night. Of course, also has a Matera in the back, which either of those can do fairly well against Ladiva. Matera, you know, it's actually hard to say which would be better, because not having played Zoe myself, but having played Jita in that matchup, having the safe Rekka as Jita goes a really long way. Because if you get cornered by Ladiva, you can do double EX Rekka as DJ to push yourself out of the corner. And while you can't do 2 of them as Zoe, you can get a bit of pushback. Like, you can buy yourself breathing room out of the corner safely on block by just buffering 2M into Rekka.
But right now, he is gonna go Zoe. Like Macho was telling me earlier, he was really excited he didn't expect to do well at all last night, and then he won it. So he's just like, he's really excited to test out a lot of things. He's been testing out a lot of things. He actually, so there's a couple things that in his mind he's got excited for. One, charging Dragon Meter, since he comes from Under Night background as well, is similar to charging Grid.
Yeah.
So once he realized that, his neutral changed, but one Lariat,
Yeah, he'll have an idea of how to manage that resource already. Nice check by Seth here.
And then the lightning is kind of like Dormammu and like spells, pillars.
Oh,
Hacking that also might be really good against Ladiva. Just in general, she has to deal with the zoning game of this character, and okay, we're in right now. That might all be eliminated real quick.
Yeah, sweet.
Big problem though, no invincible reversal right now, so you're gonna have to hold all this mix, all these mix-ups.
Nice.
Oh,
okay.
You see this just using block strings to buy himself space out of the corner.
Red, not a counter hit.
No flinch from Man Series, taking the throw. Oh, he has super skybound. This actually should be it.
You are dead.
Yeah, and this does a ton. Like every time I thought it wasn't gonna kill last night, it killed. So
I feel like that's consistent with every, like almost every new DLC character. They're just like, let's give, or I'm sorry, at least the pro tag ones, the Zoe and Jita and whatnot.
Yeah,
they're like, let's just give them a big old damage super.
It's definitely not that way with Soros, but it is with Zoe right there. As you saw, Stab on our play the whole damn cutscene.
That's really interesting. Instead of going for like a mix-up after the hit mid-screen, he charged Dragon Meter. So he has it full, but right now, you gotta hold all this. Oh no.
There's a counter hit too. EX, heavy. Oh, again!
Yeah, another backdash in the corner. Calling out.
Yeah,
overhead, a little late to combo.
It's hard to see because it's the laser is blue and then the blade is blue. Yeah, that's our only real invincible reversal. Gets baited out.
Oh, got caught mashing, but oh yeah, unfortunate. Even with the changes to the input system, it still can be kind of tricky to get the move you want sometimes. I personally had messed around with Godiva playing her just in training mode for a while, and I on stick had a gigantic problem getting her moves when I like not getting SPD when you're just trying to do like a headbutt, stuff like that.
Uh-oh, you're in the blender. Time to get.
All right, too far for SPD.
The distance for that, yeah.
And you can see just pushing out, using the safe Rekka, trying to buy some space.
I like the shallow jump. He got the hit off of that into the mix-up now. Gonna spend 2 EXs.
Yeah, Seth Series just...
It's a meat, he doesn't finish it off.
Getting his damage on frame traps right now. And that's going to be this round. Game 1 going to Man Series.
This is always the interesting spot when you're...
Dang, she got the scrambly eyes. Dang.
You want to see anime, you see it right there with Zoe.
She kicked her so hard that she got like Charlie Brown adult speak eyes. Like, what was that?
Womp, 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 womp.
So,
all right, let's see if Macho switches or not. Kind of getting... That was kind of rough those last few rounds.
Because he has 2 other characters he can go to, right? One that has a super strong matchup against Godiva, but we don't know how much he's been putting in. He's been mainly playing Zoe. So do you go Lance, who you don't like the matchups particularly well, at least in his viewpoint, and because it's familiar? Do you continue with Zoe, the character you've been playing all week, or do you go with the matchup where Matera, where maybe you haven't been keeping up with her? We'll see.
You know, despite what Macho says, I still think Lance is a great character. Like, you know, he's toned down. The net play is toned down, but that character is like more than capable of operating in a way that is going to be a trouble for Godiva, right?
Yes.
I mean, you just have to play a little more carefully. You know, the fast falls and things like that. EX Fireball can't do that from full screen. So what? You got to walk 3 steps forward. You know, EX Gorilla Blade, you got to be a little bit more on point with, and you got to change your combo route. So let's see if he actually switches.
I think it probably will be Lance, just because he's super familiar with that character. He went all Zoe last night, so there it is.
Yeah, there it is, Lance.
And if you're going to make a change against Godiva to go from a character with no invincible reversal, even though Matera and neutral can do pretty well, you're still, you know, going to another character with no invincible reversal.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you could still get swept once and lose the whole game. So the fact that you have 2-2H and on the other end, the Man Series has to make a huge read to call that out, gives you like a ton of breathing room when if you get knocked down.
There we go.
Yeah,
Macho playing like he didn't even see a patch out at all, but here we go. Man Series getting the sweep. Confirm? No, nothing there. Back, the boss ball.
Been going pretty tight with the block strings, so it's been working out for him when he gets the mix-up line.
Yeah, and right there, the 2-2H, that's what you're talking about, the ability to just kind of scoot out of pressure and put the RPS back on Man Series.
The splash, pick up. There we go.
Yeah, that 2-2H.
Punish. Oh!
Went for the smash option, try to get big damage. We talked about a lot over these weeks, is that's one of the main ways that Lance can get a ton of damage off of one hit.
That's the desperation right there.
Yeah. So yeah, he saw the life deficit and kind of got a little bit antsy. The 2-2H out again, back throw, time to guess. Wow!
Nice wake up with the button, try to get the SPD, didn't work out.
Slight reset there.
Double overhead.
All right, spends the EX Gorilla Blade, one of his other actual damage tools. Gonna get the long combo into the setup. Nice blocks by Man Series, and finds the sweep.
Absolute roll right there.
And the challenge.
Wake up with it. That's blocked, though.
That's blocked.
No, this is going to be a little short, I think. Yeah.
Okay, you were right.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of life to make up for Macho.
You see Macho slightly change. Oh, nice overhead,
though.
Yeah.
Denied.
The Man Series moving on.
All right, good stuff. The Man Series going to be moving on to winner semis.
We didn't even talk about Godiva getting some nerfs here or there. But,
yeah, kind of questionable changes, right? Like a character who strong for a Arxis grappler relative to the rest of the cast, but not someone who was like considered, busted or anything. And that we're talking kind of off stream before things got started about some of my apprehension, knowing that the game is being tuned partially towards net play data because that's what's available since we can't have offline tournaments. And something that just naturally comes along with that is new players getting smoked by grapplers. A lot of ranked is going to be people having trouble keeping up in lag against characters with fast recovery and command grabs. So that's a concern of mine, right? Is that you're going to see a relatively high win rate for Lodiva online, even though she's a mid-tier character, and result in nerfs against her. So we're going to have up next
working on.
Days up against Zach in a Box, going to return to playing on stream. So we're going to have...
stream power-up right there.
Yeah, Jita versus Fairy. Days having to play another Fairy in his road in Winners. And Zach, of course, has played a little bit of Jita himself, so he'll have some familiarity with what that character can do. That character basically entirely unchanged in the patch since she had just come out prior to it.
Thank God. I'm glad they didn't do too much to this character, Let him rock, let the DLC rock a little bit. Then decide. But as you said before, Jita has some great tools against Fairy, and we're seeing one of those right there. The EX Rekka, the corner push. It's no Granblue, but it's still almost as good. Light pressure, light pressure. Close light, over and over again, trying to find something, trying to find an opening. You cannot mess up. Oh, he stopped it right in front of him. Side switch, late tech. Back in all this room, but he put himself in the corner. And if there's a confirm, there it is. Skybound Art.
Yeah, round one. I noticed that even on block, Days actually was doing like the real Skybound input, which was interesting because he had a situation where there was a block super in his last match that he dialed out the follow-ups, but only a couple of them to create a weird, awkward situation to punish. I was going to push to the corner. Yeah, just takes the hard knockdown.
Up on the shimmy. Just waiting a little bit.
Nice.
Let's get the jump
in. Into the XDP for the hard knockdown. Gonna hold on to his fireball and his Rekka. Try and cash out on the next touch. Another grab.
Late tech, ate some help.
What? The Kiame? The reset a kill combo into overhead? This man's been playing too much BB tag.
Zach thinking about this one, jumping in now. Okay, might have found something here.
That's what I wanted.
That meter's gone. Phoenix whip. Wait for that to come back.
Oh, okay.
Hold the sweep.
Wow,
Rekka pressure. Oh, the throw bait. So he can't be throwing in this game. Can't be put the hands out. All you'll get is a ton of damage. Okay, Zach, back the turn.
Okay, there's the DP.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There's the nerfs to Fairy's DP starting up a bit slower now. Makes it kind of hard to pull it off as an anti-air. And, I mean, already that was sort of her only like, that was her main anti-air option to begin with.
Like, the 2H is way too slow, way too predictive. You get some things off of it, it's like, as you said.
Yeah, but there's angles that 2H just straight up does not cover as well. Doesn't cover above her head very well the way the XDP would.
So you gotta bet it all on that, and then if you whip that, it's gone.
Yeah, you can see he's using the sweep here. That is a good range where it's relatively safe to throw it out as Jita. You're probably not going to get whip punished for it.
Dash punish by Zach on that bad Rekka. Further in front of the corner, this is working out. EX, setup time.
Oh, what a walk move. That was actually real sick.
Oh, no overhead.
Reaching again.
Gonna go straight into Super Skybound. This is gonna do a lot. The scary part is he actually probably could have killed off that touch if he would have done EX Rekka and the 5H EX Fireball. But still has corner control here. Willing away. There's the anti-air by Zach. Last legs for Zach.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't get the GG there.
That one is
Against the
normal.
heel.
Oh. Nice, good check.
He's gonna throw it out. Nice confirm.
2M stuffs the Rekka into Super Skybound. Zach staying alive for a round.
And so it's starting to work out for Zach a little bit, but Days though, just a hit away from taking it. EX, pull me closer, overhead. On the other side, DP. Corner control. All in Zach's favor right here. The stagger pressure off the H. Oh. They're a bad jumping up that H. Zach taking advantage. Love the skybound art. Oh, right behind. Will he get Days to open up? Oh! So lands on it.
All right, good
He'll
trade
take
for
that
Zach.
damage.
This should close it out. Yeah.
Oh. Momo, thank you, Momo. Thanks, Momo.
All right, Zach evening up the game count, 1-1. Again, this is to make it to winter semis.
Nice, there you go.
Great read. Put in the corner, Days. You can open up now. Light pressure. Take throws. EXDP spins it now.
Ow. Oh,
Also gets hit with the TP.
nice, good stuff.
Oh, the jump ins off the H have been like almost like 9 out of 10 have been landing out, and they usually result in the corner push, corner position, and a lot of damage too. Days has got Zach on the ropes. You see the crowd cheering. Probably cheering against Zach, to be honest. Days just needs one more confirm. They really care for these normals, but let's jump in from Zach with the wake up XDP. I love that. He waited for it. He found the moment. Days on match point. Zach switching up the mid-screen pressure here with his normals.
Yeah,
Nice
finding the
confirm.
2M.
Finally find something.
Yeah, starting to see that the 2M can stuff Digi's approach options both on the roll and the Rekka. Mixing up the buttons here. Rekka, that's... Oh, wow, he dialed it all the way out.
Hit.
Risked the punish to try to get the knockdown.
You know, Days is the one bleeding right now.
Nice
He's
roll.
still going in. Nice confirm. Pick up. Fireball. EXDP.
All right,
Sweet.
into the safe jump.
Jump.
Empty jump throw. No bite on the shimmy. Good patience by Zach here. Trying to earn his way out of the corner. Gonna get the side switch into the roll, and the spot dodge is punished.
Too active.
All right.
Ooh, let's get this round.
Yeah, final game, final round. Days, Zach in the box. This has been great because it was looking like a blowout. It was looking like Days was all over Zach, but Zach's finding momentum, finding those key moments, even though there's some moments where Days put him in the corner and could have melted.
Yeah, you
It's
can see
not
there
happening
though,
right now.
Zach holding the jump in on block, you know, probably as a reaction to the earlier DP that didn't come out in time. Wow,
Oh my God.
and there's the sweep I was talking about. So good against Barry's buttons. Does the punishable one
Nice
again?
blocks.
Oh my god, that's all I got to play.
Oh.
All right. Able to work his way out of the corner though.
God,
Zach
let me
swinging around,
out, please.
doing
Oh.
the Tarzan.
Nice 2H.
Anyone's match right now, a lot of damage on the table for both characters. There's
Skybound
another
also
spot
both
dodge,
on
gets
deck.
hit again. Zach holds onto his meter, gonna put the ball out. So this is one mix-up away. 2M, there's a low,
looking
but the
for that
ball's not close
dodge.
enough to combo. Super's
Oh,
through, gonna get blocked.
punish.
But yeah, a lot of pushback on that super. Zach, though, finds the 5H into EX whip, able to close it out.
That was clinch, dude. Not bad, not bad.
Good games. Oh, sweaty. Also kinda hot.
Yeah, that was definitely a sweaty
games,
match.
Oh yeah, but I feel that nerf because there's a lot of whiff normals. I can't answer now, which is fair. If I whip a normal and you jump over it, you should be able
Yeah,
to at
I
least
mean,
give me the
that was
block,
a very frustrating
fair.
feeling fighting very pre-patch where she would whiff a sweep because you jumped before she swept, and then she would still just recover in time to anti you anyways. That was a little, not going to lie,
Thank you, Arxis.
little bit assaulting.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You heard our prayers.
All right, so up next, we're going to move down to the loser side to get our last qualifiers for top 8. It's going to be myself versus Banchito, followed by Macho versus Chie Lover.
And Cheeto using Charlotta. We haven't really talked about Charlotta today. I mean, Shannon's not here, Red Band.
Yeah, I mean, Charlotta handily taking the last SSO online, just running through the bracket for the most part. But Charlotta, I mean, not changed a whole lot. A couple of minor nerfs on her medium ball. Actually, on all of her balls, they made it like a little easier to stuff coming out. The changes seem like they're encouraging her to use the medium one a little bit more and risk the punish as opposed to just throwing out the light.
So he said he's running Jita, so let's scratch anything we were talking about.
Okay.
Yo, throw that out the window there. I mean, both strong characters. Like Charlotta's strong, but obviously Jita we've seen so much already in this tournament. You know, maybe not the biggest replacement for Gran. That people maybe thought she was going to be, but she still has her own things.
She has different strengths.
Yeah, there's some different things. The biggest difference between her and Gran and Cat is that she doesn't have a forward advancing move like boot and thrust, and in some matchups that can be a very big deal. But still, the thing she does have that neither of those characters have is safe buffers in neutral from a 2M that is like just a hair shy of Catalina's, like almost an identical button, very close in frames, very strong in reach. Yeah, you can see that her zoning game is slightly stronger than Catalina's by nature
you can change up by the charge fire.
Yeah. Ooh, that was scary.
Oh,
that's not what I wanted.
Punish on that though.
That was a bad buffer.
Has played quite a bit of Jita too, so he's familiar on playing.
Yeah, I do play both of these characters.
Wow,
I fell for it.
Punish spot dodge, but yeah, in the corner against Jita is pretty good, but really timely roll.
Quite well.
And next, one for the.
There was supposed to be an empty jump low in there, I promise.
Yeah, I figured. In the Callisto Classic this week.
Just looking for that final health to 2M.
Pressure. Ooh,
there we go. EX.
But not quite close enough to the corner. Time for close L pressure. Cheeto trying to
punish. Yeah.
That's the one thing when playing Callisto with Jita, when we were playing Jita mirrors, he never really bit on the last hit of the Rekka.
Yeah, I mean the first one's safe, so there's never a reason to like. I don't see a particular good reason to like bother with the second one.
We're first trying to change things up. Yo, spot dodge.
Hey,
no.
I see you.
What quick reactions. That helped out so much because that's put, Cheeto in the corner.
I was fishing for the counter hit.
Rekka blown through that.
That's interesting. Yeah, both swing at 5Hs. Both have really good 5Hs. Cat's considerably nerfed, but still good.
Yeah, still leads into a ridiculous amount of damage. Gorilla damage.
Yeah, Benchito, I like the way he's using 5M as well. Just kind of poking. Doesn't lead to much to get hit,
but yeah, Callisto recognized that. Got it with punish.
Oh, 5H. Oh, just that.
Interruption. Yo, second pressure still there with this character to confirm.
Decades on decades of use. Empty jump low.
How many times have we seen this from Callisto?
That's the all for one, right? I have generations of 2D fighting game players funneling through my veins, telling me to empty jump low 2 hits into super.
How did it take this long for us to use Weeb reference?
I mean, look at where we're at here.
That's true. We are running a tournament called the Wifey, though. How did it take this long?
Nice CP, just felt it in his soul. Overhead though, no counter hits, so no big follow up at all. But speaking of counter hits, Callisto got one there. Fish is late. He is super close. You can tell Callisto's feeling himself right now. And the fireball that finished off
she had no meter. Her only real answer to those fireballs there. Roll is dangerous in that situation, and she couldn't super through. So
understand this character, not letting them back off at all. Nice confirm to the corner. EX fireball pressure. Benchito looking a little lost right now. The pick up.
Big pick up. Look at the damage off of one anti-air. Yikes.
I didn't get the super jump. What I was trying to do is hard knockdown with the EXDP so that I could side switch to put the corner positioning back.
Chip is looking possible right here. The cancel. And the DP again. Yo, Callisto. Move on. He understands.
Yeah, so that is.
He plays this character.
I do want to point out. I did mention one of the strengths of DJ being that she has the safe Rekka cancels, right? Like, you can push back when you're in the corner and whatnot, but unless you're doing it from close 5H and I think far 5H, it's not a true block string. Any medium into medium Rekka, there's a gap that you can spot dodge and punish, or you can DP it. So you have to either choose your buttons that you're dialing it out from, or you have to mix up whether or not you dial it out. Counteract it with, or mix it up with Charge Fireball, which will beat spot dodging and rolls that can be used to punish the Rekka. So a little bit of trickery to that. All right, so up next, we're going to have Macho and Chie Lover.
And this is also a top 8 qualifier match, so to get that squared up, we'll have top 8 ready to go. Yeah, Macho, we talked about earlier, you know, played Zoe all week, mainly focused on Zoe, but also has 2 characters in the back pocket, his other main Lance, and then Matera. So Lance getting quite a fair share of nerfs, and so we'll see where he goes with, because when you're in losers, because last night when he won with Zoe, he didn't go to losers, so he never had to really feel that pressure of like, okay, do I put my tournament life on Zoe or not? But we'll see.
Yeah, do I switch or not?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's the difficult thing is, like, especially when you have 3 characters, right? Not only keeping them all at the same level, because Matera didn't really. I mean, she got a few slight buffs and kind of, you know, it's debatable like how big the nerf is going to hit her. The close L being whip punishable now, but like you have all these 3 characters. Like, which ones do you go for? Like, you have 3 that you have to be at the same level. They all have to be ready to go, whatever you're facing, and now you've got one more shot at the tournament to make it through.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about like him having a Matera in the back end too, because Matera, I think, is a very specialized character. You have to really know like the situations well, and like every like block string, I feel like, in order to really succeed with that character. So yeah, I don't know if we'll see much of Matera from him today. If he hasn't practiced it, you know, we'll see if he goes Zoe. Chie Lover on the other hand, I'm gonna like, from what I know of who he usually picks, I'm gonna guess, and the avatar Jita.
Yeah, Chie Lover, you know, as you maybe guess, fan of Chie from, you know, Persona and Persona 4 Arena, generally plays the fast rushdown characters. Longtime anime player coming out of Indiana, part of the Purdue FGC crew.
Shoutouts to them. Yeah, Purdue fighting game community, they really built a really strong community there. A lot of great faces, like community support from them. So shout out to them, representing them. He is gonna go with that Jita, so it makes sense with the characters he usually plays. So we'll see how that goes.
Battle 1.
Yeah, he is going, and on Macho's end, he is going Zoe. We talked about that. Sometimes you just charge and see what the opponent does.
Yeah, and this is actually not a bad matchup to try that in, because as we mentioned before, there's no boot, there's no thrust, you know, there's no Gorilla Blade. Jita can't just come at you for charging at mid-screen. Safe pressure. Both of these characters going to be utilizing these safe Rekkas to try to open it up, maybe mixing up the cancels. Nice, and that was a risk on Macho's side. Good call out by Chie Lover.
EX holds it.
That 5H from Jita, very strong. Controlling the corner right now is Chie Lover. Trying to find a way out, Macho. Big
TP. Okay, nice EX fireball. Yo, chase him down. The corpse run with the back throw.
The pulse M is not really plus. It was never a plus for Jita, so big challenge for Macho. Using the Rekka pressure, setting up the double laser. Yeah, that's so hard if you're not used to that, especially because it kind of hides behind the laser because her blade is blue as well. So you can, especially if you're farther away, it's harder to see.
I hit with that online like 7 times right now, and I'm like, I know this character enough that I know what to do. But even if, like you said, like even if you see it, like it's still something that you have to lab out continuously and not get hit by. That's the set play of this character here. Continuing the pressure after the fireball or after the laser from the dragon, but yeah, great interruption there. Counter hit. EX, the heavy gets DP'd though, not a real one, but still gets hit by it.
He tried to wake up. Reset with overhead, so big chance for Macho.
Just gonna work his way out of the corner. Gotta get some of that set play that we've been seeing on Twitter. I've been seeing all those Twitter clips. I want to see more like right here. I want to see them actually happen. Is he a punish? No, too late on the DP.
Yeah, Super Skybomb, this is going to do enough. You don't have to worry about how much it does. It does enough.
Put the calculator down. No need.
But yeah, like we were talking about earlier, like most of the Pro Tag DLC characters just do a ton off the Super Skybomb.
Battle 3.
Right. One round apiece in this first game.
And that's another, I don't want to call it a weakness because her anti-airs are solid, but converting off of counter hit anti-airs is actually really weird on Jita compared to Gran and Cat. Like, the height and the width spacing kind of make things really specific on what you need to use in what situations. The big help though that... Okay.
Yeah. Storm Warriors from Macho, he was just about to run out of Dragon Meter, and like he got a confirm and just decided to charge instead of go for it.
Yeah, so if you do the charge into the forward plus button burst as the end of like your auto combo, you get a big chunk of Dragon Meter back for that.
Nice counter hit.
Great.
Just pushing to the corner.
Okay,
yeah.
Macho.
I like that. So rather than going for like any sort of complicated Oki setup, Macho actually just ran forward to push Chie Lover's body towards the corner to try to get a bit more position and control.
And I think that's the general theory with Zoe right now is that the corner mix-ups are where the more involved ones are. Like the mix-up mid-screen, there's like ways out and stuff like that, or you have to like make a read to like keep them honest. So like you just push to the corner because it's just gonna be so big.
That's something that you see right there with that confirm right there. Some of her other moves too that they're really based around putting them to the corner too. All right, I throw out the dragon right there. My dragon and me, EX. There we go. Setup time. We were just talking about this. Finally.
Yeah.
We're seeing some setups here.
Set it up again.
Another one.
Laser. Where are you going?
They're up the overhead, bro.
Great counter hit confirming challenge for TA Lover.
Hey, look how much space she got for just auto combo into EX Rucka, and Macho's in the corner. Oh no!
Yeah.
Overhead. Oh man,
bit of a drop though.
He dropped it.
When he got the confirm, he was just not there. The cooldown was still not there. Just as he was able to confirm, he got that. So I don't know if he had it yet.
I think he might. Yeah, probably tried to do EX Rucka or something and didn't quite have it. And that's sort of the depth of the game, right? Instead of having EX meter to manage, you have to be aware of your cooldowns at all time.
Nice popping that 2M. Yo, that 2M's so good.
I really like that run, like past the dragon to just claim space and get in Zoe's face.
Right. That's the one thing you have to do, and then the mix-up becomes if she does like when she's charging, if she does the follow-up.
Nice challenges by Macho. Takes the plus frames, runs up for the back throw to positioning switch. Smart stuff. Finds the gap with the
right
DP.
Nice. That might be the answer right there. The check though on the incoming, spin it for the Skybound Art. Macho. Moving on.
Really sick animation. So.
Yo, what I love about this the most is that it's quick. The other ones you're watching like a full-on cutscene. Yeah. You can't skip it. This one's just like quick to the point.
Oh, her regular Skybound, yeah.
Yeah, they're both really decent.
All right, Mother of Dragons putting in work.
1,000-year-old dragon right there.
All right, so that's gonna move us. It's gonna move us on to our top 8 coming up shortly. Before we get to that, of course, want to remind everyone that you can support these tournaments directly via the Matcherinos. For the Granblue bracket this week, you can hit up matcherino.com/T/SSSO050220 GBVS. That string can also be used as a coupon code on the contributions page to throw an extra 50 cents in the pot for free. While you're there, you can check out the manga and keychain offerings from Kaiten Books. Purchases made of those will also go towards our pot for the tournaments this week. And you can buy this sick shirt from Quasimodo X on teespring.com/the-waifu-dome. And of course on social media, you can follow at the Waifu Dome or on BG Callisto on Twitter, BG Callisto on Twitch, the Sausage King on YouTube. And there's the Discord link if you'd like to join in, required for entering these tournaments. And I also do want to announce while we're at it, beginning next week, much like Guilty Gear this week, we are going to be transitioning to using PC versions of all of the games. So Granblue will be next week. We'll probably have Granblue and BB Tag, both of those on the Steam versions. So stay tuned to that. And apologies for anyone that kind of locks out by, not running the PS4 version. But there's a point where like the net play is just better and we're running online tournaments. So hopefully everyone can still join in. And if not, there are plenty of online Granblue PS4 tournaments going on. Of course, Spooky also running one today. But it's going to move us to our top 8. Up first in winter semis, we're going to have Kilo coming up against Kizzer Crate, followed by the Man Series and Zack in a Box, then HB versus myself, and Days against Macho. So, whole lot of action still coming up. And with that, we can get started with our top 8.
All right.
Yeah, a whole lot of commentators up there too, as well, as you see. Look at that, the commentator power up in the top 8.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. These two have played a lot. They just played last night at LKO. I believe losers finals. They played in the multiple top 3. I think between them, these two and like Macho have been like battling like top 3s a lot interchangeably. So see how it goes. Yeah, they're very familiar with each other at this point. Kilo is usually the one who wins, but like I say, I think Kizzer is a very cerebral type of player. He really takes the time to reflect and think about losses or why he's losing, and so I'm always excited to see. I like to see him play another person again the next week, because there's always something I feel like he's done different. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. And again, we can talk about these characters, obviously a little bit weaker, but he still has a lot of great tools, and he did get a new confirm off the auto combo. At the second hit of the auto combo, we'll see if that even comes into play. Gives a little more counter carry. Nice little pickup off the H right there.
We always say, like, Kilo's ability to confirm off of stray hits are so good. Big DP bait and punish. Oh, or not. Just kidding.
He's gonna wait a little bit for that one, I guess. We'll save the boot for later. Hold off on it. He will spin it now. Skybound art, not enough to kill. The chump you. Kizzer's got to do something quick.
Yeah.
To get out of this corner, get some more damage on the board.
We're so unfortunate with the positioning, but life deficit is huge right now. Yeah, one fireball. And we just see, like, okay, so, like, Kizzer, one of the main things he does in this match, he likes to, like, spot dodge or be at a spacing where he can neutral jump boot, but, yeah, Kilo, to win that round, had a lot of times where he just swatted out in the air, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, especially with this character, you don't want to get knocked out of the air. Getting anti-air from Grant, especially by the corner, is a ton of damage. Kizzer stocking up after that GP. You see a little more. Nice jump H.
Neutral, big jump in. Almost pushing the corner. Wants to control this corner as much as he can.
Oh, the walk back. Too late with that. We'll bait this out. Punish.
Yeah, decides to go straight at the super skybomb. This won't kill, but gonna give him some time. Give some time to think. Give some time to set something up, and we're so close to the corner. All right, guy
Never
lied.
mind.
I lied. Oh my god, I lied.
Yo, get some mode.
Yo. Put me in the commentary Hall of Fame. I've done it.
Just so you know, you've made it when you call it wrong. Great call though by Kizzer Cray on that on the boot right there, getting the punish. Negative. And now he stocked up 5 on deck. Put a ton of damage. Oh, put the boot from that distance though.
Yeah, and like Kilo, even though he knows like some of these boots are risky, he'll still throw it out. He doesn't care. Nice sweep into safe jump, switching corners. Wow.
I like that. Using the unique.
Yeah. That's a real interesting use right there. Is there?
Not seeing a lot of punishes.
Yeah, a plus boot here or there. And
the trade.
Yeah.
And his favor.
The 2 rounds he run is just well-placed fireballs. That's something like, you don't think about that as when you think about Grand, like, oh, the fireball placements, but Kilo does a really good job.
I mean,
big damage, boot, but like if you have really great fireball timing and placements, that can go a long way.
Because you're using the fireball more than just like, I'm using this as a poke or a way to get in. You're using it as like a damage modifier, you're using it as like to disrupt their momentum and their rhythm. That's just like part of, it's just enhancing what Kilo does.
Yeah, that is a decision you do have to make as Gran as well, right? If you use the EX Fireball the way he's doing to go through Percival Fireballs and run forward for space, that does take a significant amount of damage potential off the table from his corner confirm. So it's an educated usage by Kilo. You can see there, yeah, just buying space out of the corner, making Percival back up. Good check with the 2. He gets the counter hit confirm that? What?
Yeah. We saw Benchito use that with Jita, so Grant still has that as well.
That was 2M, right? I'm not bugging, that was 2M. My 2M's like negative on hit. What is this?
I think Grant's 2M is still +1.
Jesus.
Oh, wow, caught him low.
The pickup, nice pickup off the M.
I'm not gonna say anything with this one.
This is gonna kill. No, it's not! And I've been playing Percy for so long. Damn it. Neutral jump doesn't matter.
Great anti-air for Kilo. He's gonna put himself on match point.
Oh man.
Alright.
Listen, we're still learning. Nice.
Okay.
Jump you.
Great jump you. It's the first time he's shown at the set. Little sweep right there. Okay.
Overhead though, counter hit.
I always tell us like Kilo always finds a way to find that overhead. Always finds a way.
So many bad DPs from Kizikray right now. Waking up with the button. That's interruption. Had to do it. Jump you.
And that's it.
That is definitely gonna kill right there. Finish.
Good stuff to Kilo.
Kilo.
Continuing to show his dominance for the amount of times they play. You know, he's been kind of has Kizakray's number at this point. So, but Kizar is still in the bracket, going down to the loser side. That was winner's semi, so that puts Kilo into winner's finals, awaiting to play the winner of this next match. I wonder who it could be.
Who
Midwest
could it
Movement, Team Kill. Can support these shirts at MidwestMovementApparel.com. But
You gonna hit with the show like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah,
I just,
and
you know,
apparently
everything's brand safe. Everything's brand safe
the
today.
Man series is also wearing that. We have no proof of that, but apparently he is too. So
Let me find out this happens. See, if I would have known, I would have.
I can't believe you didn't just unzip your hoodie and reveal it. You messed the whole flow of the show up.
If I would have known, someone would have sent me the script before. I would have read through it and said,
"No, he was gonna wear it."
We'll see what happens next week. We'll see what happens. But we're going to see some more Granblue action. Zach stepping up to the plate as he does commentary and gameplay at the same time. But that's the power output.
This
Can
is
you take down the
obviously
Man
in
series?
Fairy's favor, but one sweep.
Yeah,
and especially I think the DP nerf definitely hurts it too.
This
Oh,
is
of course.
entirely about the Lodiva's willingness to bet her health on sweep on several punishes, because one counter hit can make such a big difference. And now landing sweep, because of the change to Fairy's DP startup, landing a sweep in neutral gives a free safe jump to Lodiva anywhere on screen. So that's a very, very big change for her. Good start.
Okay, SVD, here we go. So we were talking about getting on this character. You rock your game plan. You're doing great. The pushback. Yo, the raw sweep.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Uh-oh.
Go to confirm himself DP. How long can Zach play this game plan? How long can he keep out the Man series? He's going in right now, trying to finish things off. Great blocks punish, but too far.
Yeah, I should have punished that.
He had the light right there. It's the cancel.
Finds the SPD. That was a polite SPD. She kind of had the headlock so she didn't mess up Fairy's ears, not causing unnecessary damage.
See, we're fighting, but there's still rules to this. All right, close to H, interruption with the L, EX sitting back.
That spacing is so scary.
It is ridiculous. Nice shot back this time. Get a little too handsy. Get off me.
Good blocks.
All the hits up from that.
There's the whip punish with the sweep. Gonna have to hold the mix up for a moment. Tried to challenge out with live held.
I did it too late.
Seth decides not to.
Yeah, gonna get a mix up instead of damage here.
Oh, the
there it
interruption
is.
saves him.
Cashes out the damage rather than taking the mix. And the overhead
will do it. There we go.
Closing out, evening up the round count.
Yeah, that Skybound art definitely put in some work right there. Because what could have happened after that could have been deadly.
Nicely done.
Round start, Ace Lariat. Into the corner you go. The sweep, setup time. Spin cycle on high. Gonna do another one? No, denied. Oh man, let me out. That's confirmed though by Zach. Use this for the mix up.
Oh my god, I can't escape. Help me, God.
This is how you're hearing it right now, people. This is what people
he just did nothing.
think about.
I don't know if that was a missed input or if he was waiting on a DP, but let Zach breathe, and Zach making some space out of the corner here. Oh, lucky stuff in the lariat.
But here we go. He's super close. You go. It's in the distance for the EX.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be.
Right out of there.
I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be EX headbutt, and he got a funky buffer. Knockdown, one mix up for Zach's
Back in the
life.
box, jumping out. He's gonna punish it too.
No super though. He had super Skybound available. Instead, he's gonna take the mix up with the ball. Working his way to the corner. That ball may run out before it gets there, and it does. Still though, finds the EX whip, and Zach able to clutch out game one.
But you see how stressful that was for Zach. Like, even though you win this matchup technically,
Yeah,
it's just
this matchup
like a
is
few
in my
mixes.
favor. I'm sweating.
And also the way that Seth plays is just like it's a lack of fear. I thought there's like an absolute lack of fear about going in, about using that health. And you see right now the SPDs are rocking real hard.
I thought he was gonna do it again.
EX, and look at where Zach's health is. Had to answer back. Is the auto combo? They get the EX. Neutral jump though. Okay, Hulu again.
Oh, to beat it!
Oh my god, the confirm though from that distance. That's probably part of the new change because of the extended hitbox on the close or the far L right there. We'll get a punish overhead. Gonna block that out.
That's how I want it. Whoops.
Oh! Unfortunately, didn't get the punish that Zach though. Get knocked to the wall.
Alright, that was my fault. Not my fault. My fault.
Okay, yeah. Not your fault, huh?
No, it's my fault.
Okay. I thought you were making excuses like people can hear you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What? 2 hits
Please,
right there,
God.
max distance. Everything's going wrong right now. Like the Bucks trying to
and the
right the
sweep
ship.
caught the walk
Sweep.
forward and punishes the roll with SPD. Good momentum here for Seth. Dials out the lariat though. Good duck by Zach. Didn't commit to a button early.
Yeah, great knowledge.
Seth gonna have to
Gotta
earn the
duck
way back
those.
on it, and there's the knockdown.
Punish.
Pretty light punish.
But I mean, that's recognition also. Oh, that did 3 times.
No,
You can say there's recognition from Zach to take care of those sweeps. But now finally they were seeing a punish.
Yeah,
Mansory is still on the turn.
that's gonna be plus frames. There's the SPD. That's gonna be game 2 going to Seth. And you can see the difference in the DP nerf for Barry. She has to think a lot more about when and how to challenge pressure, because if it's a regular frame trap, like a 5L, 5L, or 2L, 5L, she's going to get smoked for that. And yeah, you can crouch the lariat in neutral, but it can be harder in practice sometimes, because if you're trying to walk back and forth to maintain certain positioning on screen, you can get caught standing by the time the EX reaches you. It's something everyone knows. Oh, fortunate trade for Zach there.
That could be way worse, man. It's trying to get in right now. Sweep. There we go. Punish. DP. Spinning that.
All right, stuffs the lariat. The sweep's coming out, though.
I like that idea from Seth, because the thing is, like, you get one of those sweeps, look at how much damage you put on the board. You get your mix-up, get your setups, and you're not eating that much damage.
Yeah, and Zach hasn't been able to find, a big damage punish. The worst thing that Seth's really eaten is a sweep or far 5L into DP, and very, slightly slower buttons. Even though that's a super minus sweep, you have to be ready for it. And you pretty much have to have like a super skybound or something on deck to get a real fat punish. All right, auto combo. Gonna catch the knockdown, push it back out.
That looks a little more stable here.
All right. Opts for the spinneroonie.
Punish on the sweep.
Yeah, gonna spin the EX.
And it helps that he's close to the corner this
yeah,
time.
Gets the wall bounce, extra damage on the knockdown. GG, install. Gonna have some reverse beat mix-ups. You can see it right there. Not quite enough to finish. Goes in for the instant overhead, though.
Oh, Zach is mad right now.
Match point for both players.
You see him drumming on the sticks, typing out an entire damn story.
Oh, wow, what a gutsy DP. Doesn't want to hold the pressure. Sweep found by Seth, though. All right, auto combo punish. Pushing back out.
Good duck underneath that. All right, Seth getting a little too ridiculous with those sweeps, starting to become more and more.
I mean, again, still not eating a lot of damage, and Zach with a risky jump into the corner. No anti-air from Seth. All right, Man Series trying to find some plus frames here. Good frame traps.
Yeah, the walk back.
Nice roll.
Oh, he bet it all. Unfortunate.
If this combos this oh, and it didn't combo properly. Finds the run in low, though. Zach closing out a tough match, 2-1.
Jeez.
that like slight like delay before recognizing that he won. Zach in the box, moving through winners into winners finals.
Yeah, Mansory's not out of the tournament yet, though. That was winner's side, so he'll be moving down to losers. Going to be waiting in the losers quarters.
That was well played by second, and just to. I mean, even though they weren't big punishes, there were more punishes on the sweeps. And just going in, being like, listen, I'm either going to die or I'm going to live.
Yeah, I mean,
I might just go in.
Me and Seth talk about the matchup. It's just like, you know, at some point you go into that range and you're just like, you just threaten with sweep, and obviously you can see what happens when one sweep happens. Good stuff to him. He's really been improving that match, not just guessing on the rolls. He's been really patient on the defense. Like I wasn't opening him up as much, so that made a whole lot of difference in matches. Because you can't give that fairy player also that advantage in that matchup where you're just getting opened up every time. But
all right, so moving on in the top 8, we're going to move on to the loser side. Up first, going to be myself going up against HB. This feels like there is so much fairy in this bracket. There may only even be 2. Actually, I think there were three fairy players, but
we saw all of them.
Yeah, a lot of screen time. HB is still doing pretty well, hanging out in top 8 of loser side. So I'm going to test my luck against this fairy matchup one more time. Let me get out of the spectate here.
I think both characters had like some slight nerfs that does affect the matchup because 5H and RM
being
a
lot scarier
helps. Yeah,
a lot scarier for Fairy rather to throw out buttons, but also for Cat, she can duck under things like 5H a little more reliably if she's not committing to buttons. She's slightly less likely to get counter hit herself. However, she is more whiff punishable with 5H and less active frames, and that's something that Cat was banking on really hard in this matchup pre-patch, was putting out the active frames of Far 5H to try to counter hit Fairy as she pushed buttons.
See how that plays out in the patch. But yeah, this character, if Fairy is close to the corner and she throws out an errant button, it could still get swatted, and she could still lose half her life. The DP changes, makes it harder to beat Can't Jump You, which, why is that still the same?
Just some weird changes that have happened in this match. But you know what? Everything just feels more balanced now. I say this as a, you know, a new founded Percy player.
Okay, what was the...
Alright.
DP for the corner carry. Coming back, just avoids the fireball right there. Didn't swoop through that one though.
Was this scary?
That could have been a big one right there. That's what you're looking for. It's like one catch from those extended normals. You know, as Cat. Do you?
Yeah.
Looking for the air-to-airs.
HP does a lot of that, right? Especially because you don't want to get hit by plus frame thrust. Into the corner, didn't get quite that privilege. Didn't quite get the. But out of EX, this Callisto's gonna back off. But as HP has to like hook in the corner, she can try to like get out, like with a risk, with a jump, with a swing. But I like that she keeps strong and she's like really patient. But
doesn't matter when you get 2M, bro. Callisto.
I messed up my input after the thrust, and thankfully I messed it up into skill button super. So. Tell you what, these missed, these missed inputs into super putting in work for me today.
Nice spot dodge. Okay, roll. EX all the way to the corner. I like that.
Ooh, what a challenge!
Interrupt the overhead.
It's real interesting. Using the EXDP afterwards, got a lot of space now. Now she has a lot of screen to work with. Trying to zone out. Wow, took the turn off of that for us. That's interesting. Trying that. Both players kind of slow on the neutral, of course, because you know HP doesn't want to take too much risk. Just poke. Here and
yeah, even though she has the outplay, I mean, again, we saw it so many times. Like 1-2M, one thrust, and it's you know you're done.
Yeah, like this is definitely not over, especially because she's getting closer and closer to the corner. This is dangerous now, big danger zone.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, just late on trying to get that 5-8. That could have just like killed. Close to the corner, big jump in though. That's huge. Now you're in the corner, time to guess. And use the stagger pressure, use 1 EX fireball.
Yeah, that's spent, but that doesn't matter too much. I mean, well, at this point, you're not going to delete this character, so you might as well go for the damage. Oh, but there's a punish right there.
And the setup GG, she gets some space right now. Great spot dodge to GG still up there. Ooh,
nice.
Big thrust. Now here we go.
Oh, I wanted that punish.
Apple, get some space.
Like that. Put the bubble on the ground. Nice confirm.
Yeah, great confirm.
For the air-to-air.
The fireball, yeah.
Oh,
and I like that.
I wanted that air-to-air.
Yeah. It's not deterred to just keep poking even without whip because some
What? That was so far.
Okay.
Oh, I should have done EX. Yeah. That was
something
good.
That,
No commit.
Something that changed with Fairy is that before, when you did like that medium whip, it would change the advantage depending on the spacing, so how far away they were. They kind of normalized that, so you can always get like this.
Swift.
Yeah, too close.
And now that's gone.
Too close. That was a great recognition from Callisto to push the corner to punish that E-flip. Use 5L as well.
Wow, that combos.
He's probably gonna switch
Wow,
sides.
from that distance.
That,
So put
so
yourself in
I
the
didn't want to
corner.
roll. I was just doing guard button block and accidentally also pressed the button like a direction.
Oh no. This is bad. You want to get out of the corner as soon as possible here.
Right?
The catch.
Alright, yeah, gonna use Gigi, gonna stay far away, use Gigi to set it up, and yep. And like I said, she's not afraid to still press 5H.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Really?
ECP. That could have been a bigger punishment. Well, you'll take that though. I mean, one of the game plans of Fair just seems like, listen, I want to get you as far away as I can, so I can back up, so I get that range, so I can deal with whatever you want to deal with in terms of fireballs or buffering for a thrust here.
Yeah.
HP just
So
gets the counter.
That's sort of like the RPS here is that 2M will blow up Fairy's crouching buttons, but 5H has to be used against her standing ones.
I just love when Callisto got hit by 5H. He said, "Wow, wow, regular DP."
Alright,
Oh,
close.
didn't get the GG.
Nice counter hit.
Went into a mix-up anyway. I like how HP is really pretty consistent in spot dodging the fireballs. It helps a lot when GG's on the screen. If you block it, you move away, so really good at doing that.
General risk-free play, but it might not matter when you're putting inside the corner. Interrupts the overhead with the Swift. Caught that overhead from a mile away. Yo, Callisto's
Right
mad.
now.
He's trying to get in, and there he does. How many times
I did
does that
easy
happen?
input, so this might not be enough. It's going to be pretty close. It might still be enough with Fairy's low health, and it was kind of a short combo.
Very held.
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah, not quite. But
Yeah.
big situation, especially with EXDP nerf. Oh, that
Oh, God, I threw a fireball. Oh, I lost my fireball timer, too.
So waiting for that to come back.
Yeah.
It's super tense. Either person just needs a hit. You can't extend any normals this Fairy. So has to be careful with the fireball too. We've seen. Oh, it's not gonna happen though.
Just late. And
She got clipped.
yeah, the range on that, it doesn't go full speed. Can't really catch the fireball full speed with that, but it's a great attempt by HB, but Callisto's being alive with that.
Right there now. She's still in it. All right, feel the momentum. Callisto going in right here. EX fireball plus frames. I need those. I don't have anything. I don't have much this season.
And we talked about, Callisto and I talked about, you can close M pressure with Cat against Fairy because she doesn't really have anything to challenge after close M, so you can kind of do pre-patch pressure still with Cat against Fairy.
And she'll have the one of the fastest normals in the game. Like she's like Basaraja and such.
So yeah, you see.
Nice buffer from Callisto.
Yeah.
The pick up in the sidearm.
Melted your health. Wow, Appa really, really close, almost getting that match point set.
Yeah,
that game.
I mean that's the huge equalizer in the match. Like Fairy can stuff a million cat buttons, but if the million in first counter hits, like you better hope you're not near the wall.
Yeah, and if you're a good player, you'll bulldog. Cat will bulldog you. And you took it 2M, and 5H is big.
Us too.
Yeah.
At that distance, like it might not even be one for her to punish. But
What a
just an
reaction!
HCP.
That was so fast.
The mid screen.
Good and sweet.
Sweep this time. HP still stuck in the corner. And I gotta say, like Callisto's just switching up the buttons here, fireballs as well in the neutral. We gotta be careful of that though.
Jumps, from super jump, he likes to use normal jump as well because then it'll be shallow enough that 2H won't hit or DP. So the jumps are gonna work. Great bait. Gonna push all the way to the corner. Big. Like HB has to. Okay. Has to weather out the storm right now.
Oh, God, I went for the
Right
stagger.
now, back throw.
Right,
Use
back throw.
Back throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you are melted off that H. Skybound art. The DP ender.
Oh, I should have rolled. Even though that's actually very scary to do against Fairy.
Yeah, it's very scary. Yeah, it's like, there's still, you can take that risk.
Oh no, that's a bad start. Not just for the punish, but I also lost access to thrust for a bit.
like eliminates a threat. Even if you're not going to use it, this eliminates one of the threats that in the neutral. But it may not matter right here. Corner position, everything in favor. Goes for the throw. Big jump.
Ooh!
Wow.
Off the
5H. 5H. Let's go.
I even did an empty jump predicting the slower DP.
Now when the H is coming out.
That jump M.
Where is the hitbox viewer when you need one?
Oh, great roll, but didn't have anything. Wasn't quite sure the buffer.
See?
That's why he didn't do it the first time. Wasn't sure. Yeah.
2H.
Goes for the easy one. 2H in the Beppo. It's still a ton of damage.
Oh, nice move through.
Oh, time to guess. Right, here we go again. Pressure. There's
EXDP. He wants to chip him out. Super close here to doing so. EX Fireball.
No, it's
the
DP.
throw by Callisto.
Last round.
Oh my god, let's go. I'm people in the chat. The dude's right now, if you do not understand what's going on, he is running the stream, he is commentating it, and he's playing the match at the same time.
So many close matches today, and we're gonna have
Hey, I did the guard button right. Sick.
Oh my, still gets swept for his troubles. Time to jump in. Alright, there's the roll.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
No!
It's a buffer.
Yeah, I buffered, but I buffered too early, and the normal didn't come out. Oh god.
Oh, DP. She's been so like reserved with those DPs. It's finally coming out. Working
Last
out
match,
beautifully.
yeah.
Oh, he's getting antsy here.
Also trying to figure out a way to do something late tag.
Because now you're close to the corner. Yeah.
Oh! Switch up, TP though.
Heard it, Mash.
He was swinging that one out.
Again.
Oh, so many DPs are coming out. Reversals upon reversals. Both of them at Desperation's door right now to finish this off. Overhead confidence tag. This is a ton of damage. It's not gonna kill. Doesn't even get the cutscene. Too close. We're gonna see another TP. The bait. Yo, late tag. Oh, confirmed for the HP. Oh, back with that final confirm.
Good games.
Listen.
I didn't get the animation on the super because I did the easy input, and that messed up my. So if I would have gotten the animation on the super, I would have had a safe jump afterwards, and my entire Oki plan just kind of like went to trash after I didn't get, after I wasn't ready to like respond to it. So good games. HB moving on to losers quarters. She's going to face off against the Man Series. So the Man Series inheriting my fairy gauntlet. So I'm sure he'll be excited about that match. Up next on the other side of top 8 losers, we're going to have Days up against Macho.
Yes.
Okay, Days. Up again.
We've been talking about like the struggle that Macho's been using right now is that we don't know because picked up Zoe, really likes Zoe, but also still has the Lance on the side and played Matera before. So he has interchangeably these 3 characters. And what do you go with when you're losers? He went with Zoe. First match in losers. Let's see how he goes.
All right. Hopefully I got in here fast enough. There may be a slight bit of desync from when I was able to like get out of queue mode into spectator mode. So if anyone sees a weird jump in the match, that's sort of what happens. If you're late to spectate a match, it will like start you where it started, but then jump you to be current when they finish.
Yeah. So yeah. So Macho is going with Zoe still.
Yeah, but against Days' Cheetah.
Yes.
And I actually played.
Sick with this character.
I actually played this matchup as Jita first, before I tried it out as Catalina, and I found this matchup generally pretty favorable for Jita.
That's what I was about to say.
When you're trying to charge and things, when you're trying to do things as Zoe that require space to pull off, Jita's run speed makes it really hard to do that safely. She can cover so much ground.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Counter hit! He was in hit stun and couldn't be thrown.
This stage is so cheap, they couldn't even see it in the water.
Alright, fine. So yeah, we got Chun-Li issues.
He has no dragon right now.
That's punish. Oh, too far! He went for, you have to 2M that as Jita. Nice anti-air from Macho.
Great anti-air. Yeah, you see like the awareness that Macho has with the meter. Like he had to use EX Fighter to set up a mix-up there because he had no dragon. But I feel like without the dragon, I feel like that stage is going to kind of turn over. And
walk speed and stuff like that has not really helped out too much. The rushdown factor didn't really help out the last round, but let's see what happens here. Days put him in the corner, looking for some pressure, and he's landing here. No!
I'm not entirely sure of Zoe's frame data with both heart health, so really interesting to see how that. Wow, challenge though. Right, you think the double? Yeah. Oh, he went for a mix-up even though he got the hit.
Nice anti-air. Stocks a little dragon meter.
And you can stock up when it's down, but you still don't get the dragon right now. You have to wait until you get that half meter to come back, or it's live and take the dragon.
That's okay.
Ooh,
I was playing her in RPG mode and couldn't figure out why sometimes 236H just wouldn't come out, even though I had dragon meter.
Right.
So if you exhaust all of it, you have to get it back to half.
Yeah. No, you don't have to get it back to half. You have to wait because it'll give you back half eventually.
Ah, okay.
Like when it goes back live.
And another 2H anti-air.
Yeah.
It's like its own cooldown thing.
Yes. So like
the top left right there.
You can tell when it's down. Like even though you have some meter, if it's blacked out, that means you can't use dragon. So even if you have some meter on it.
Macho looking pretty good so far.
People from...
I think we can safely assume this is because Days violated the tournament rules, which were clearly stated that color 3 or color 4 with albacore blade were my, that's my stuff in this tournament. So violating the color rules and the karma coming through on Macho's side.
Honestly, right now, we were talking about how this was a match for Vegeta, like the walk speed and stuff like that. The constant pressure and rush down when a character does not have a reversal was like benefit for her. But yeah, look at that confirm right there and the down right there. All this spacing that Macho's been doing, allowing him to like get the stock up to be able to throw out the fireball pressure off the lasers, things like that. It's just been. It's been melting days before they even get in.
Yeah, and Macho had a really cool, like, kind of Percival-style Oki setup there where he got the knockdown, charged some Dragon Meter, and made it look like it was going to be Days' turn when he woke up, and then just stuck out the meaty 2M and caught the counter hit. Nice spot dodge, keeping it safe. And again, another good anti-air.
Yeah, this is where it becomes a problem for Zoe right now. You have to hold all of this. Probably
a sweep end, safe jump, yeah.
Safe jump. I mean,
and he catches.
Really safe jump, it doesn't matter.
I wonder what Macho tried to do there, because I mean, it's not like there's a DP to dial out.
Yeah,
gonna get wrecked in the corner.
It was gonna go low.
Yeah,
you can do that really, really low.
It is, so for anyone dealing with that setup against Jita, so you know how it works, if she gets juggle into sweep spot dodged, she is going to get a safe jump. However, she doesn't have enough time to land from the safe jump and go for like an empty jump lower throw safely. So if you see her just jump without the sweep or something, then that may be an empty jump low or a throw tell. But if she does the full like spot dodge the sweep into the jump cancel, you can probably just mash if she goes for the empty jump.
Trying to find some space, yeah. Fighting out the corner is always kind of tough, but...
Ooh, counter hit.
Getting closer to corner.
Yeah, create some space with the lightning. Got the BB tag sandwich situations with the dragon going. He will. That caught me off guard. If you do like 236H when the dragon's on the other side, the beam will like sandwich. All right, gonna go straight.
The mix, but not gonna matter.
Has the real super.
And he's doing it.
Yep.
You can see the full cutscene right here. Unload.
This is a really sick super. That ender too, like the bracing the arm. That animation is so sick. Days evening up the game count, 1-1.
I find that pressure's starting to work out a little bit better. And also just some of the things that Macho doesn't have on deck just yet. Obviously, it's early days for the character. It just came out. Just a few confirms here or there that just aren't landing and not allowing him to start his own pressure. 2-8. Oh, man.
Didn't get the confirm. Alright, rack of pressure.
Get pressured. Yep, take my turn back.
Yeah, and like we kind of talked about, yeah, that gives you a ton of meter. So, like we were talking about earlier, like if you can like easily charge in neutral with Zoe, it's super helpful. Right now, in the corner, you definitely can't. And still got the hit, even off of the air. Didn't quite know where to end it.
Okay, so now the dragon. Now the last that meter's gone. You gotta wait for a while and it might not matter.
And Days running this back 3 straight rounds.
Yeah, that's the struggle. Like he's kind of figuring out the neutral, and like once you get into corner, Zoe has to hold the spot. So see if Macho can avoid the corner this time. Hey,
All right,
Days.
plus frames. Oh no, that's okay.
Blocked
A
by
little late on the
Days.
punish. Went for the sweep actually. I don't know if her sweep's fast enough to punish that off the top of my head.
Rivals back and forth. Days though pushing Macho back.
That's
Oh,
also
that
-8.
one's
Wow,
fun.
Macho getting away with murder right now.
Yeah, and that kick one leaves you at way closer, so it's way
Yeah, easy, way easier to punish than the low.
Plus it's the EX.
Oh, didn't confirm.
Days into that finally. Bar H?
Fine.
No, never mind.
So
Yo,
back there.
2H right there too. That's a great anti-air too. We're talking about these H
Oh,
ones.
didn't get the
This character.
Alright, great block.
Punish?
But-
Oh, gonna be punished though.
All right, still doing it.
It's good though. Set
Needs
of
a
the
bit more.
dragon.
Gonna have a mix.
Yeah,
Does
he
nothing.
waited. Those DPs made him respect that mix-up.
Yeah, Days has shown DPs. Oh, no anti-air from Macho.
Ooh, that could have been bad.
All right, Macho trying to zone out for the rest of the match. EX Lightning.
Very-
No
Yeah.
lightning's available
Well
now,
dodged
though.
by Days.
Oh, in the 2M.
Oh no! Punish.
Macho has to work his way back out of the corner now. Oh, nice
Oh, the
snipe.
fireball.
With the lightning.
Had him in
It's
his
the Marvel
sights.
players, man. They know the Dante strats. You can't can't give them that kind of tool.
Yeah, just controlling neutral. Oh, we're going to the corner.
Nice.
That's
He slightly
big.
delayed the Rekka there to
Yeah.
make sure the end hit. That was good execution there. And the DP. Oh, that's
DP
high enough to
knocks him out of
juggle.
the sky.
Yeah.
I didn't get the
Yeah, there we go.
Into the full Rekka. Great
Rekka.
conversion. Day's playing really well so far this round. Safe jump. Oh, he made like a really funky situation. That wasn't a real safe jump. Oh, this should close it out. Super?
Skybound, boom.
Yeah.
And he raised.
Damn, perfect.
And you see kind of the swing in that match once he's in the corner and just everything's going right for Gita. It's hard for Boy to do really anything.
I like how she was still yelling at the end of the super after
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the anime right there.
Both those characters.
All right, good stuff to Days. Sending Macho home in 7th place.
Mhm.
With the weak ones always so. See how Macho continues to deal with sticking with Zoe or whatnot, but good stuff to Days moving. Glad to see
I'm-
fresh face.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how Macho's going to improve that character. Obviously, a few misconfirms here or there, but Day is definitely on point. Let's move on the bracket. We're moving on too, as well.
It's like we're gonna go to the Man Series versus HB. So the Man Series having a close match with Zakhanov, but has to face another Fairy player. That's rough. But we talk about this match. It's pretty much in Fairy's favor, but the way Ladiva works is one sweep could win you the games. That play is always as a factor.
Yeah, and then we saw that with you. I mean, obviously, we saw it with you in the match where, a couple spin cycles and you were sweating, bro.
Oh,
The
man.
beads of sweat were on the top of the forehead. We'll see what happens
Yeah,
here.
see,
HB's a different style, though.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Like, especially online, if you're not punishing the roll for those sweeps, like very, very heavily, then they're gonna keep doing it. They, like we said, like they'll risk their health, keep getting it until they get that sweep, until they get that.
Very much so. It is. I mean, obviously, it's a resource. Health is a resource, just like for any game, any grappler. They'll use that. It's a great effect.
Yeah,
Not
right?
a big
If you're
punishment.
not,
Yeah.
if you're not punishing that with sweep. Great block. Great block.
Staying solid. EX. Oh, I'm in.
Oh, he waited.
Like
A little
that.
bit late on the on the lariat punish after the duck. That's gonna reach. Takes the hard knockdown from the 3 headbutts. I like that.
Knockdown done. There's the DP. Gotta guess.
Finally coming out.
You gotta work your way all the way back again after you get. Couldn't beat the EX DP.
Yeah, when you were in the maze, that is Fairy.
Yeah, gonna have to be careful with the sweep gamble too, because at this point Fairy should be able to 2M into Super Skybound,
Yeah,
which we
exactly.
see punishing the lariat there. Gonna get the animation too. This may be the end of the round. Ladiva with a little bit of extra health, so may survive. Yeah, survives on a pixel.
Yeah, this is a bad situation.
Yeah, you're in chip range. All you need is one more hit.
Wowie! Wow! Wows! What a whiff punish from the Man Series.
HB, it was like you're going from the grocery store, you have them in your bags, and the bag just rips open
Yeah, that was the paper
everywhere.
bag.
You were almost
Bottom
in the
fell
car.
out. Cans everywhere.
Things just smash. You have to pick this up. It's embarrassing. Here we go. But you have to write yourself after that kind of thing, right? After that kind of mistake, you have to be like, I gotta be solid. Next round, it's a fresh new day.
Big beat.
And it's not happening
This
here.
is a dive around for sure.
All right, last chance.
Yeah, no DP.
And got
He just
caught.
One
slowed
more
it down.
decision.
Yikes, that one mistake.
Yeah, Seth
Oh.
Series just riding the momentum after the great whiff punish at the end of the first round. able to get the corner quickly, capitalized on 2 right guesses, and he's up a game.
Yeah, and you see on paper this isn't Fairy's favorite, but look at what happens with one thing happening. One knockdown.
One decision.
Yeah,
one problem.
One missed duck on the EX area, and now you're in. Great DP. Push him back. That has to work. Man series has to work his way in again.
I'm trying to figure out the ranges here. Again, as we said so many times, just one little decision right there.
And
Sweep could turn the tide.
Like, you know, like HP is like putting out a lot of normals, but if you just block, you're getting meter.
This is a great play. By set series.
And
so many sweeps have been happening.
You can't actually do whip right now because that should be skybound every time.
Man, seriously, wait for that. Yeah, there we go. That's enough help. This one errant sweep, one errant, just I'm flinging it out, and I didn't hit the mark. If you're off just by a centimeter, you are done and dusted. Seth just looking for that. He'll win to take the hit.
That's a great punish on that to just get the knockdown and get some pressure. The Diva doesn't really have a reversal thing. Oh, that could have been into at least an EX whip. All right,
yes.
guess.
Oh, you're outside the distance.
Back to full screen again.
Be careful with those whips. You gotta be careful throwing those normals out.
Yeah, that's a skybound. That should be skybound.
Oh, every single time should be a skybound R. Every single time you see her move, it's gonna be HP that lands the conversion there.
Great punish from HP. Notice that the man series it was like rolling a lot, so just wait and punish.
Yeah, thankfully for Fairy, I mean, the punish against roll and the punish against sweep are pretty similar, right? As long as you don't get hit by the sweep, it's still going to be generally the 2M. All right, this time gets the punish on the EX lariat duck.
Finally got cracked open by those whip mix-ups.
She kept him, you know, distance.
Yeah,
again, we two sweeps in the future to throw him out.
I mean, if there's no punish.
Anti-air, no DP for you. You gotta wait till that comes back. Oh man, you gotta be real careful. EX. The chop
had the, yeah, went for the standing reset. Heads up play. That's information for Seth though, because if he knows that HB is holding up during combos, he could have just done like 5L into light lariat and smoked her for it.
The DP HP has not very. I've always like complimented her on how she can hold pretty still with the DP, but she's letting it fly today.
Oh, you gotta be real careful here. Either person can land a confirm overhead.
Right, scramble at the end.
Light does it.
Yeah,
no man series though.
HB definitely has shown like that she has impeccable instincts on when to actually let the DP rip. Like she's gotten, I think, 1 blocked today out of like 15.
Yeah. And a challenge there. Guesses are really good. The man series still has a lot of life. That's the big thing. There's still a lot of life.
2M.
There's so much like that you have to make up, and then he can make that up on the other night. EX this time. Spin the full bar.
Big.
I like that too. Did the explosion off the whip instead of bringing Ladiva in for the setup. Didn't want to have her that close. Oh, too late on the anti-air.
This is what happens when you get close. Full jump back. Nice sweep. Knockdown.
She doesn't really get a punish. She's gonna go into the install super. Not quite.
Super close.
All right, gotta be careful with those empty jumps. That can be anti-air. Oh wow, that was a very quick low. Good pressure.
Yeah, that's a tough. Like if you get that jump in, like drill into a light, then that's a 50-50 right there. You end up blocking that. And install super.
All right, HB riding the callouts of the DP to get a game on the board, evening it up. Takes a sweep knockdown into GG.
Like that sweep. Get GG out. The pressure.
Yeah, keeping out of the gaps in the EX up.
All right, there's the counter hit sweep.
There's the sweep.
Takes the run up pressure.
Here we go.
Nice. Oh, I was gonna for the sweep.
And
recorded back throw.
That can seem wild when you're looking at it, but uncancelled fairy buttons are actually generally negative on hit. So that sweep is like fairy frame trapping herself. There's the super conversion. This is gonna be enough, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why that range is scary, because you want to throw out 2Ms if you're trying to catch rolls, but if you're too close, you're still at risk for sweep, so you have to block after. If you're blocking in that range, you could get sweeped as well.
Wow, even on counter hit that didn't combo to whip. I didn't know that. Went with the medium DP. It does look like it was a skill button one based on the timer, but has the timer back now. All right, nice punish on the sweep. Side switch. Yeah.
Get out there, get some damage.
Yeah, it can be an awkward confirm if you get that hit.
All right, not even risking the anti-air. HP just jumping back, giving up some space. Keeping it bay with the sweep.
All right.
Plus frames from the install super.
She always uses install super when all things are active.
What a challenge!
What a challenge!
HB
God,
running up, presumably for like an overhead mix, but late on the punish.
Master's getting a little too desperate here. And the confirm
no, she messed up.
Got the.
Oh no, you could have had this, and now you're in the corner, and Master's to come back, and he is. You gotta believe,
Oh, the one time HB didn't believe in the DP to challenge out gets opened up.
Oh.
And the Man Series closing it out, moving on to loser semis.
And we talk about, like, you know, the Man Series and how stubborn. Like, he got DP'd that same mix. He did that same mix-up like 4 times. Got DP'd the last 4 times. And then the last one to win the game, he still did the same mix-up. Oh, the life of a grappler.
Yeah, I mean, some of that comes back to, like, their assumption that they've conditioned you, right? Like, they're like, there's no way you'll do that. You know, how many times have you been hit by wake-up DPs because you blocked and punished 3, and you're like, nobody would DP a 4th time.
No one would ever be this wild.
Good stuff, the Sat series to clutch that out, or the Man series to clutch.
Yeah, you gotta put the M on the name.
Yes, yes.
The capital.
So now we're going to the other side of losing. We have Kizzer Crate versus Days. Kizzer obviously been very consistent in showing up at these tournaments, placing well. Days, you know, first time out this week. I think Callisto mentioned very, very strong BlazBlue players. Or yeah,
both BlazBlue, Central Fiction, and BB Tags, strong player in both of them.
So good to see more and more joining up the weeks. We had a week off, so that got the word out a little bit more. Now, first, Jita.
You guys think about this match? From a cursory thing from personally players, it looks like a slight bit more in her favor.
We'll see, because the normal are like pretty big. Like so round start, like 5H actually cooks like a lot of what Jita wants to do round start. And like if Jita like whiff punishes something like a far H, she actually can't get like a special to go off of it unless it's like so it's really like if you're swinging at that range, it's not too big of a risk.
Yeah, that's as someone who plays both characters, post-patch trying it out, that was one of the early decisions I'd make, is that I'd rather play a slightly nerfed Catalina in this matchup than Jita, because being able to just whiff punish 5H with my own 5H buffered into thrust and always have it combo, where Jita might get the EX Rekka punish, but it's really awkward. Like, it won't hit until the second series it hits, and the cancel window is very just weird to follow up on.
Yes. Yeah. On the flip side though, like once he gets the pressure here, pretty good.
Kizzer abusing the sweep.
Yeah, the newly improved sweep. I was like newly improved way early in the month.
Probably throwing it out constantly.
All right, empty run, nice late tag.
And nice interruption with the 2M.
Just waiting and punish the roll. Days got a little antsy there. And the thing about the thing about DP characters is that the moment you see command dash, you pretty much just DP every time, at the very least. So, Days trying to wake up to that. Yeah.
Nice EX DP, stocking up, trying to get the overhead to jump out. You typically see that against a lot of overhead attempts. Neutral jumping, you're just jumping out.
I love the way Days plays. He's just walking back and forth.
All right, yeah, betted on the Rekka.
Yeah,
trying to frame trap.
Rekka right there.
No anti-air. And there's the sweep. That's actually kind of expensive. He burned a stock on the fireball. Nice tech again, not falling for the empty runs.
And the JU that.
Oh no, and that's gonna be game
overhead.
1.
Get smoked. Man, Kizzer.
That's the unfortunate part on trying to anti-air Lance, unless you're gonna commit to like a really late DP. That if you try to 2H Percival, he can switch up the jump timing with jump.
Yeah, and you can do a delayed 2H to get your normal, or in Jita's case, often a close 5H will also do pretty well. But if you're wrong, you're still getting hit. And then if you block, he actually can special cancel the end of his JU, the landing frames on block, and frame trap you for blocking it. So very useful move all around.
Gets off the H. It's the corner. Phase. Ooh, the bumper on the M. That far and putting in a lot of work in this match. Right
because they're a fan of using EX-DP to make sure to knock down instant stocks, but it's gonna hurt right now because he had no DP for that. Now he's in the corner in his back though. Missed the sweep.
All right, there's the
DP out of
DP.
there. Yeah, finally came back out. He's like, I'm gonna use it right now. Nice. Firm up the sweep. Yo, the buffs on that sweep.
I want to take a moment. I want to take a moment to guarantee you that I have looked into Kizzer's head. He did light DP to get out of the corner, and I'm going to tell you for 7,000% sure it was to save his DP timer, because if he got baited and punished, he was going to do EX the next time. I will bet everything on that. Wow, close 5H on the empty jump.
There we go. It's the corner push. The Rekas, the throw.
Yeah, the way they placed that corner is so interesting.
Oh, the spot dodge got punished. What a pickup by Kizzer Crate.
He's gonna use that Oki for the stocks. Smart stuff. Buffering out the M. He leaves one confirmed.
What?
That should be it. Yeah,
Oh,
super
there it is, right there.
clean match for Kizzer. Sending Days home in 5th place. Gonna move on to loser semis.
Smooth stuff right
The next match is gonna be me, so I'm gonna go pee. So I'll be right back.
there. You could have just said.
Yeah, you could have
so
just
many
gotten up
things.
without saying anything.
Yeah.
Instead, Zack in the Box shattering the 4th wall here. Anyways, while we're waiting for Zack in the Box to relieve himself as he announced to the world on stream, I want to remind everyone that you can hit up the Matcherino at matcherino.com/t/SSSO 050220 GBVS if you would like to contribute to the pot directly, or at least use the SSSO 050220 GBVS coupon code to put a free 50 cents into the pot to support our players who are fighting it out. You can also check out the manga selections available from Kaiten Books in the Marketplace tab of the Matcherino. When you're there, anything you buy will go towards the pot. And you can check out the Waifu Dome t-shirt available at teespring.com/the-waifu-dome with sick art from Quasimodo X. Thanks again to Puppy Swarm and Chicago Tekken for helping us put these together. And on social media, you can go ahead and follow either myself at BG Callisto on Twitter, the Waifu Dome for specific updates on this tournament, BG Callisto on Twitch that you're watching now, and the Sausage King on Twitter if you want to keep up with the archives of the tournaments. And as a reminder, something we announced earlier today, moving forward after this week, like Guilty Gear is today, all games will be on the PC versions beginning May 9th. I'll have an announcement later, either tonight or tomorrow, on what the lineup for next week will be. Most likely going to be Granblue and BB Tag, but still thinking about that one. So look forward to that. And you can also look forward to the rest of Top 8, which is going to be coming up. Winners Finals, Kilo and Zack in a Box going to be doing a 3 out of 5 match to determine who goes the winner side of Grand Finals before we move down to the loser semis. So looks like we're getting ready to go here. Let me get the names dialed out.
Your visit. All right.
Kilo patiently awaiting his match at the cab.
Yeah, getting iced a little bit, but Kilo, he's an experienced player.
Yeah, Zach with the bathroom break. Well,
quote unquote.
Yeah.
Hey, Colt,
He's in the back. He's like,
I had to pee.
Looking up the Evernotes.
oh, he's pulling out. Oh, he's pulling out the Zoe. I hope you lab this one out, my friend.
Yeah, I have not seen this matchup myself yet.
Like, I think eventually it'll be in Fairy's favor, but I'm not too familiar with it yet, so. And I have to see, of course, it's been like 6 days. Not even. I would be surprised if somebody was.
Yeah, I gotta see how this turns out. I see some good stuff from Fairy, but I also see that Zoe has a lot of ways to like zone and things like that play like in comfortable ranges.
Yeah,
now that,
Zoe also has
works off.
kind of shown, like when I was playing against HB, how 2M could counter hit Fairy crouching normals pretty easily. Zoe has a very, very similar 2M, great reach on it, able to counter hit fairy buttons. Her sweep also low profile, similar to Gran and Jita at the start of it, though it can be punished by standing normals because she stands up a little bit during the recovery. But that can also be used as an option to try to counter hit, get a knockdown from far away. All right, just easy, 2L.
Version in Kilo. Bebop. Overhead.
Oh, he missed the EX spin.
Finish. Oh, yeah. Didn't have the card all
timer.
stocked up.
All right, Kilo trying to work his way back. Spot dodge in his face, caught him off guard. This isn't going to be quite enough. It was a light auto combo starter.
I think I died. I told you.
Never mind.
I did.
Information round.
That was yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the coolness. That's fine.
Wow, what a great jump in. We'll work out some dividends right here. DP ender for the corner carry in the push. Zach just riding this momentum, riding the movement.
Oh no.
Pull the shimmy. Kilo with the overhead. Yo, Kilo, the way that Kilo plays, you can definitely tell the influences of Gran.
Yeah.
The dash up overhead. Just a continuous pressure, and the way that you can play with normals too. You know, I haven't really seen too many of the setups and things like that. But they may not matter.
Overhead.
Gets the skybound art. Gamma Ray. We didn't get to see the cutscene though.
Whoops.
Tight games in both rounds. Kilo, though, turning on the aggression, able to find the hits he needs to close it out.
Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, I was not expecting that. Oh my god.
Oh no, yeah. All right.
I felt it.
Oh my god. The way that Kilo plays is just, it's so reminiscent of Gran, and like you don't expect that with this kind of character. You expect something a little bit more, you know, pensive. That's what we've seen from a lot of other Zoe players, but not with him.
And that's the cool thing about this character right now is that nobody knows how she's supposed to be played, right?
Yeah, there's no like, here's the guide to this character's neutral. Maybe this is the way. Maybe Kilo's found, you know, the methodology of what the blueprint
great
happen
counter
later on.
poke. You can see the whiff punish with the 2M. Baits out the DP. Oh, no punish though.
Oh, didn't punish. Attack.
Did he go for it? There's the spot dodge.
Spot
I'm
dodge.
tilted right now.
Keep in mind, it's winners finals. This is a 3 out of 5. So Zach in the Box does have more time to adjust. All right, gets the punish on the way down. The non-EX versions of the DP move, I believe, just go a set distance, while the EX will track to the opponent. Wow! The 3/4 screen jump in. All right, Barry. All right, the no mix goes for the 2Ls. Good blocks by Kilo. Doesn't fall for the staggers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice bait right there. I love that. You throw out the EX fireball. On the incoming, change up those jumping options.
There's the yeah. So the JU, the dust will wall bounce on counter hit as a jump in.
Damn it.
Spot dodge again.
It's the mix. Rolls out. Good call.
Yeah, he's gonna roll out of there. Oh man! Oh, no, he made him waste his meter though. Hey, he'll
nice
take
block
that.
on the
'Cause he
overhead.
might not even need the lightning.
Nice.
XDP. Stocking up, want to get a little bit more pressure, but the dragons aren't back yet.
The jump back, EX Thunder, no anti-air from Zach. Holding the pressure for a bit.
Give him the bait.
Kilo trying to find an opening. Oh, wow!
It was a mistake. Zach gonna capitalize.
I think that was DP. That got auto-corrected.
It was.
Battle 3. Engage.
Zoe played herself by going into the corner and crossing up Fairy's input.
No. Unfortunate. Zach still has the corner pressure, and this is where you want to put Zoe, right? You want to put her right in the corner,
I know.
back against the wall, and give Fairy all that room to breathe and work her magic. Go ahead, TG. Step in this. Good blocks though. By Kilo, holding steady. Gonna find an opening. This is back. Kilo does not have any dragon meter right now. Getting oppressed in the corner. Close 8, try to stagger.
Wow, and the
DP puts him right back in.
We got the Rashid
Show me
DP,
those
putting him back
hitboxes.
in the corner, but no anti-air available with the DP timer down, so
Damn.
good job by
Back
Kilo
throw, back throw, back
recognizing the lack of the DP and just going for the jump out of the corner. Now almost has the corner for himself.
But the interruption, there we go. Zach in the box, a little bit more stable.
Yeah. wow. A lot of wonky stuff happened that round. That
Yeah,
game.
fortunate autocorrect was able to kind of put things back on the rails, and then Zach stayed solid in the next round.
Not me.
Yeah, mixed with the late Rekka into the low. Good block on the overhead. Has to hold the pressure a little bit longer, though. Sweep hit at a range where it was like just too far for Zach to be able to super jump for the side switch, but has worked his way back to mid-screen.
Throw into the GG.
That was, yeah, GG
right
didn't get all
into
the hits, though. That was kind of awkward.
Yeah, it's always weird. I tested it out, but gets some.
Yeah, a lighter
That's
character. I
all.
think she floats a little bit more. Small air hitboxes. Spending the EX on the Thunder pretty consistently. All right, nice escape by Zach.
You really, unless you're going to be submitting it in the corner, there's many not other places you're going to be using it, right? You have to be using it raw in the neutral and things like that, or mid-screen. You got to wait for you to get like some meaty setups and things like that. Since it's not happening, Kilo's just using it the full effect, like in the air, change of his air options.
All right,
Nice
Kilo has
pressure,
to watch
Zach
out for
in the
these
corner.
5Hs. One on hit could lead to an install super. Ooh.
Oh,
Look at that jump.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
like an
great.
Air throw.
With the
he's out of the corner,
anti-air
though.
and had the presence of mind. We talk about Kilo's awareness all the time, but saw the whipped anti-air and super jump backwards in the air grab. All right, Zach going to be able to get out of the corner here. Gets the mix up.
This should be a finish. All right, looking super solid. Even more and more by Zach in the box.
All right, this is a pivotal round. Nobody wants to be the one to go down 2-1 in winners
okay,
finals.
Okay.
The setup. Yo, the mix.
Good
Don't
block.
get too much off of that, though.
All right, caging with the far 5L, not a real beneficial button in a lot of ways, but just staggered the movement for a moment.
Wow.
And again, nice use. Consistently using the EX on the Thunderbolt.
We're putting a lot of work. I mean, again, changing up the jump-in timings, the jump-ins, just in general with that EX fireball.
Wow,
Means that you
what
can
an
throw out the
angle
DP,
covered.
and it covers so much of the
Ooh,
screen. Yo, the mix.
Zach got
It's
put in the
off screen.
sandwich. Okay, not going to get the animation. Still a good chunk of damage and a lot of space out of the corner. Got to hold plus frames.
Yeah, you do it. Nice beat.
What a
Oh,
bait.
man.
I thought it'd be so obvious that it wasn't.
At even right now,
I would have
Rounds
TP'd
and
there too.
games.
Don't feel bad. I absolutely would have TP'd that.
I think everybody would have, to be honest, at that point. The pressure was hot and heavy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
late anti-air. So we going to land in
So it
time.
goes off. I like the timing that he wait to the very, very end of that laser setup.
Nice. Pretty reserved pressure from Kilo there. Didn't go for any big gambles.
Okay. I should press this.
2H.
Yeah, no
Pick
counter
up,
hit
no
though.
counter.
Ah.
Stagger pressure from Zach. Can use a little auto combos a little bit sooner.
Gonna spin to
Okay.
keep safe. Oh, wow.
but the
Bypass
EX
neutral.
overhead to the counter, man.
I've been.
And we mentioned that before, the ability of that DP move on Zoe, even though it's not invuln on frame 1, you can use it as a tool to just pass through things and get them to block with plus frames.
That's annoying.
And there's the counter hit. You can see the throwback on that. If it was closer to the wall, it would have bounced.
But even just having that like throwback in general is really nice too.
Yeah.
Mid
Nice.
screen, you're going all the way to the corner.
It's a good spot dodge on the Thunder by Zach, and something that you can see how Kilo consistently is using the EX version of the Thunderbolt as air screen control. That means that he can't use the grounded version of it where it puts up the lightning strikes in the vertical column, so he is kind of losing a grounded tool.
Mix up potential, yeah. And that typically becomes like a lot stronger, obviously in the corner and such. But like that's the thing is like when do you use it? Do you use that now? Now it's gone. Now if you get Jack in the Box to the corner, you only have a few other tools for in your pocket for the mix-ups. Doesn't matter though, Zach.
All right, good patience.
On your press. Well, GG tried to chase him
Yeah,
down in the air.
Kilo
Didn't work
not
out.
trying to
He
steal
will get the
turns,
meaty
but-
overhead.
Zach gonna do the install. She's gonna have to hold GG. All right, no dive kick mix-ups yet. Oh,
Nice
stuffs the
call.
DP. The invuln ran out. There are plenty of invuln frames in the middle of it, but Zach caught the end of them.
Whoa.
Wait, tech. DP to knock him out of the sky, but that's gone.
Okay, that's it.
Oh yeah, I'm liking Keel's usage. It's not even like as a normal DP. It's just to, like check the air options out of the sky. Just to like get through some of the whip normals and change up the timings. And that's typically been how he's been able to deal with Zack in the box, is changing up the approach from the air.
Oh,
and now
no,
we're seeing
Zack baited it out and still got caught on the way back. But at least it got the timer out for the time being. Oh, and there's the shimmy, gonna get punished.
Skybound art.
Kilo moving on to match point.
Battle 3, engage.
Back in the box. Gotta start swinging some of this stuff back. He's got one more round to play before he's out into the loser side.
All right, instant overhead. Get a little bit of damage. Zack claiming space, not trying to be content with just keeping Zoe at bay, trying to get a little bit more room, push her towards the corner. Oh, unblockable. Yeah, that's gonna be a combo into super. 2 HDP. Oh no, tried to go for the whip.
No. Finish.
Wow.
Because something will put you back there.
I hit it.
No. That doesn't hit very high.
Oh.
It does move very far forward though, so hard to whip punish, but that does...
the Skybound art.
That's Zoe's only like super fast forward moving tool. All right, Zack trying to find the last hit. That's going to be a punish. Yeah, far 5L, nice easy punish. 2-2. Both players trying to earn this
now
right.
we're even. Now we're even. Okay. Still got a match here.
Even victory. Battle 1, engage.
Zack in the box. Things a little more in his favor, and it's been just killing the air approaches and obviously not getting hit by Super Skybound arts. But yeah, dealing with that lightning, that's gonna be the name of the game right now because Keel's really relying upon that. Generally, the air approach has been big on that 2 challenge. Sweep, set up, overhead, Age, Skybound art, chase him down. Empty him up low. EX, down, all right. Now, Zack in the box, found the rhythm that he wants to play at. Found the speed he wants to play at. It's hard for Kilo to keep up. Again, we've said this before. Without a reversal, things are a little bit difficult for this character.
Yeah, he has like no meter now.
So yeah, he's gonna hold that for a good long while.
Oh, what a challenge.
Look up with the buttons.
I don't care.
Zack in the box.
Oh, that's...
All aggression right now. Late tech.
Oh, I tried to in there. It's bad.
Oh, what a roll out of the
Nice
corner.
roll.
This is a big positioning
Super
switch.
smart.
All right, just takes the DP. All right, Zack has 2 mix-up options available on supers, which is going to use. Going to put up the ball.
I agree. Not much you can really do here.
Oh, the 2M on counter hit didn't push far back enough, but able to get the air-to-air and convert. And Zack moving on to the winner's side of Grand Finals.
Ooh.
Ooh. Why are these all...
Yo, this is the best thing because right now Zack is about to commentate a Grand Finals match while he's playing it.
I mean, I don't think I commentated anything. I was just like, ooh.
But it's been already fantastic run by Zack in the box, who stuck by his top 1 character despite the nerfs.
Oh, okay. I'm not even downplaying her anymore. Post-patch, like this character is potentially top. Like she got nerfed, but everybody else. Yeah,
I think she's. My personal opinion is that she stayed top 2 with Gran, and I feel that there was a slight shift where Cat fell. I can't exaggerate the slightly in the slightly. I would say Cat is like A++, and I think Zeta kind of took her spot as that 3rd S tier character.
I gotta see more of Zeta, but maybe. And, I gotta see.
We have to see more Zeta for sure.
Because Zeta, Percy, and Char are like 3 top characters that I cannot.
You can trust me that Zeta is currently a monster. The character has like possibly the best anti-air in the game now that with or without counter hit leads to the same like 25-30% combo. Solid mix up, solid set play. What I had talked about earlier about getting a safe jump off every touch instead of just getting it off of like 1 EX and then the other one you take a soft knockdown or an air reset. All right, Kisser. Self-admittedly, like myself, perpetually shook against grapplers. So
yeah. And here's the thing, these 2 have played a ton. It's been going back and forth, whatever tournament both in, they've played. Even at Road and Rumble, I think they had to play.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah. So there are no shades to each other.
Yeah, I don't know how the seeding works out geographically for Rowan and Rumble, but most of us Midwest players end up in the same pool pretty often, so we face each other in those brackets fairly often.
Awesome team kills.
Oh, big
nice.
whiff. What a roll for
right
the
through the
5C. Hard knockdown. This is a rough start for Kizzer.
Oh,
Oh, doesn't get the command grab.
Yeah. Yeah, the big thing I've noticed from the man series this week is his defense has been a lot better. But let's see if he can put it up to work right now.
Nice.
EX.
And because he was already sitting on 3 stocks, Kizzer went ahead and just held his 3 stocks and took the Oki rather than giving it up to stock up. Still has 2 here.
Comes in and finish it off though.
Yeah, wasn't ready to
Might
confirm
regret
into the DP. Oh no, but a
What, for
missed
the air
input. No, you know, I'm not sure. Maybe that was a hard call out.
Yeah. The man series kind of likes to do that sometimes, where he's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a really hard read.
Yeah,
like Cody
and he is working on varying his hard reads, so very well could have been intentional input, but also
Bait.
it's very easy to get that move on accident as low type.
Okay. That's fair.
Time. But he does have a reversal. You know, this isn't as bad as other characters.
No.
Outside the distance, he'll take that back throw. Sit down.
I really like the back throw.
range.
Reset the positioning.
Use that for stocks. I like that because you want
Nice
the damage
spot
with the spot dodge.
Great spot dodge.
EX pickup.
This is gonna be really close. It's enough.
Wipe your shoes off before you come in my house.
69, nice.
Professionalism here.
Yes.
This is esports.
There's no moves.
Yes, sir. Alright, pickup. EX.
Big EX lariat.
All right, because
Yo,
they're able to
this
find the
swing's
super
coming
jump
in
out of the
hot
corner. Oh, there's a big bait.
Oh no, bad DP.
Missed the link into the sweep though.
Link.
All right, fortunate trade for Seth. Whoa.
Whoa.
He was ducking.
But not a big punish.
Yo, again, yo, that far end has been doing so much work. Just buffering into that, getting the confirms, even just stopping Manseries from coming in, but he's not being stopped right now. A ton of damage already on the.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! What?
Nicely
That was a great
done.
decision. Great decision. You see the fireball? Punish it.
Yeah, and first of all, his fireball does, the light one recovers faster than most fireballs, but that's a fast super. That's a very fast super that reaches pretty far across the screen. And it's interesting because, I mean, that super exists almost entirely for that, right? It's there for kind of hit confirms mid-screen, and it's there to punish fireballs. No strike invulnerability on it.
Man series has Kizzer in the corner right now. Oh, we're so fortunate, but one sweep. All it takes.
EX. Nice. He cancel on the normals. Backing off a little bit. The sweep. The raw one.
Sweet.
We're not cooking a damn thing today.
Oh, the big counter hit 5H.
Yes.
See the mind games coming to play really well. Man series put himself match point after like what looked like a dominant first game from Kizzer.
Yeah. Round start. That was fun. In the DP. Whiffs though. With the SPD, I like that option. Now we start to play. Now we get to play. Plug in the control. Another SPD. Closer and closer to the corner you go. Another SPD.
Man.
The man series is feeling himself. Had to stem it. Had to do it right then.
Plus
frames.
Kizzer trying to stabilize here. Going to the corner.
There's the block, but he didn't have EX
look at
available
him.
to get the full
For
push.
him.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, yo! Man series moving on. Losers finals.
Ow. Yeah, just stubbornness, just resilience. And like, you're not gonna punish my sweep too hard. Let me sweep again. Like,
Yeah, and pretty unfortunate
Even the game,
timing
this entire
for
tournament.
Kizzer there. He did catch a block on the sweep, but he had just used the EX run, so he didn't have the timer up for what would have been the best punish. So that's going to put the man series in losers finals up against Kilo.
Yeah, losers finals.
First, I think first top 3.
Yeah, Man Series has definitely been one of the people that have kind of waxed away on their skill set. So I don't know if I'm good enough. I just seen a few more breakout moments, and this is one of them right here. Like he's going up against some of the Midwest best, and this is a good statement for him. Now, he's got one person standing his way before he gets to the grand finals. That's Kilo.
And I believe either like
He's
2
running
or
that
3.
grand.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
recently,
straight to
he does
Grand.
some
Yeah,
research.
well,
Yeah, straight to
he's the
Grand.
top 3. You know, it's great to use, especially it's a free-to-enter tournament, right? There's not a whole lot on the line. But at the end of the day, like, practicing your characters to see if they're tournament ready is a skill set you need to practice. But also, winning tournaments is a skill set you need to practice. And there comes a point where, like, if you want to win, sometimes you got to pick your main.
Yeah.
Right,
And
baited
these
on
two
the
have
TP.
played at a previous one, and I believe Kilo took it pretty handily. The Man series. Knew that. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and that's the type of stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, it's Grand now. You got to worry about these things. Nice, jumping out. Space in the sweep. Look at the use of the backdash. And I want to point out that backdashes in Granblue are, like, actually terrible. They are there for
Yeah, they're
positioning
super bad.
and calling out, like, grabs and nothing else. A bit of a drop from Satsuri. He's going to get thrown in
That's
the
a
corner.
big, that was a really heads-up punish to just walk up and back throw.
Oh, that's punishable.
Big, but,
Oh,
that's Skybound.
it's so far. Oh, don't throw fireball on Clash.
There's the anti-air. Oh,
2H.
didn't get the dash
Oh,
up
you were
into the
lucky that H
5H.
did not land.
Charging up.
Yup, yo,
Wow.
nice punish in the EX.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Mad series.
Clover knocker.
Kilo
Yo,
kind
yo.
of swinging for the fences there, charging the 5U, partial charging, trying to trick Seth into moving forward. And if Manseries would have gotten counter hit by that 5U, it wall bounces on counter hit. And at that range, Grand would have definitely done like 7K for it.
Right. Nice. I like the stagger. Understanding
Jumped out
the
of the
patch
boot,
notes.
not over the
that's still
anti-air though.
Good punish. Sweep. Oh man, I love the back offs, but it doesn't matter. The DB still comes out by Kilo, undeterred.
Yeah,
Big stock
Let
up.
it rip. Yeah, he didn't cancel and take the levels. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, what a cancel on the
Didn't have
clash
anything
into
on deck,
5H. Catches the punish on the sweep, and Kilo evening up the rounds.
Battle 3. Engage.
Round start with
Yeah.
it.
He loves doing that round start. If he's playing against a character that can think about that, it's a really good one. Great round shot.
Yeah, taking the
Great,
sweep
great.
for the safe
Block
jump.
the
I
H.
really
Switching
like that hard knockdown to get back out of the corner.
Yeah, that was super good, and he has all the space to work with. Yeah, he lets the 5U rip. Like, really.
Kilo's
DP
boot
through that
spacing,
three,
though,
yeah.
has been, like, uncharacteristically close, putting himself in the punishable ranges pretty often. Reset?
Oh, the reset.
Yeah, I'll have to see Seth do a little bit more about that. EXO doesn't matter.
He did the DP, though.
Should
Oh,
be-
wow!
Yeah.
I didn't think he would have the height
Light
to do
in the
that.
Skybound art.
Yeah, it hit very, very high, so has
Great.
to play from
So most of the Shoto type characters can do that, but compared to DJ and Cat, Gran is much more rarely finds the right height to get those post EXTP combos.
Wow. Yeah, he really just charges and then lets it rip. That's real interesting.
I'm gonna laugh at Kilo. Kilo's like hyper aware, knows how to do everything on Grand, but doesn't know what the button to press to cancel the charge. Like what? How do I use this?
Big that's command grab coming out. Guessing right
Oh
again.
yeah,
Wow,
looking for the
trying to beat
DP.
Yeah, he's
No
waiting for it.
anti-air,
No
though.
anti-air. Where's the anti-airs? You need those on deck when you're fighting a character like this. You're gonna catch him.
big.
No.
That's fine. He didn't get
But
punished.
not a
That boot
punish.
was too close. But
He's gonna throw out the XDP like that. Yo, he put hair on your chest like that. Looking for the
Nice
stagger.
challenge.
Interruption on the overhead. He hits
Man.
fireball for the pressure.
Like a mission now.
I wish you'd move. I wish you'd move.
yeah, has to watch out for boot. Good patience.
Boot there
This is
is-
fine. He was.
and
Oh,
then-
no.
Yeah.
Fireball.
And
Okay,
Manseries
down to the
just.
4-6.
This is a really good round overall. Just a bit of spaghetti on the floor, missing a couple of clutch confirms. Yeah, you can
But
see
this
the.
is where, I mean, you as a mentor, you gotta like at this point like not get too flustered because that's one of his problems. I feel like is like the round starts to get a little bit long, and so as things get more closer towards the end of the tournament, he starts to get a little bit more finicky. But this is a different person today.
Wow. Charge it all the way to the
I
level
don't
4
know.
for the
What is
invul.
happening?
Okay, this is kind of sick. I didn't know it goes that far.
2H.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it looks like Kilo just recently labs out the finish.
And
Okay.
that's the thing about Kilo. Like he's really good at confirming. Like if he throws out 5H near the corner and you try to jump out and he EX fireballs, he's so good at confirming to hit afterward.
I
Like,
also
he's
want to
looking
point
for
out that
everything.
Kilo has played on stream like a couple dozen matches at this point over the last several weeks that I've been running this tournament, and he has never shown 5U usage like this. So matchup specific or player specific, or maybe he's just trying stuff, but that can be in a tournament, right? Like, it's on Seth now to adjust and to figure out how to handle this tool that is just, it's a strong tool. He can't cancel it, but it's -5. It could be spaced to be safe constantly. And Kilo just
looking, super aware of everything right now. Okay, one, but yeah, big punish on the sweep. Oh,
They get the follow up with the H.
yeah. Look at the
Lancers
backup
can still make
too.
this happen. It's a lot of work.
Waiting on the boot
lot of
timer to
work,
come
there's a-
back.
yeah,
And there it is.
There's a lot of.
Ah,
1 round left.
Yeah, once you're in that range, because Ladiva has to like try to be in that range and finally try to get close to you, but you're getting into boot, so.
I want to see some more neutral jumps. I want to see something to deal with that. There we go. Thank you. You heard me calling all the way over here. It's the other part of Chicago, but yeah, the return.
Yeah,
They get back.
Missing the sweep link too. A great confirm into the mix-up.
Nice
Oh
challenge.
yeah,
Interruption.
Right back at you.
Stock him again.
Oh no,
And
reset.
EX, and there it is. Unfortunate. It'll be Kilo moving to grand finals against Zach in a box, but you got to give big credits, big shouts to the Man Series. How
Yeah,
they
Man
played
Series securing
so
his
well this
first
tournament.
top 3. Really great, really good weekend for him.
Only can go up, to be honest. I don't ever want to hear the Man Series. I know you'll be watching those VODs later. I don't ever want to hear you doubt your skills, say, oh, I can't do. Look at what just happened here. I can't wait for next week. Might have to see him in grands. I don't know. But right now in grand finals, again, we have Zach in the box on the winner's side versus Kilo in the losers. We're getting nervous, commentating his own match. Are you okay to do that?
Yes, I'm fine. But you, as you've seen from the other matches, when I start getting serious, I'm not saying much.
Right, that's fine. No one's expecting you to say anything.
See, that's why
We're just
I'm a
expecting you to do
professional,
the work.
because I don't stop commentating my match until
you
I'm salty.
yeah, that's what
I don't get quiet until I'm like legit mad. That's how.
The 2 dash up overheads that happened last week or 2 weeks ago.
I think it was more like
right
6.
now.
I think I did like 6.
That was rude. That was unnecessary, uncalled for. We're calling for the finality of this week's Granblue action and the new patch, new meta, new edition.
Yeah, this is definitely one of Barry's harder matchups because if I throw out a normal like right here and there's a boot, I'm getting hit. So this is what I was expecting. Scary to throw out normals here, especially because it's slower now.
Same time, Zach in the box does have, only 1 set to win. It's Kilo. The onus is on him to win 2. 2H gets blocked. Or jump U gets blocked, sorry.
Nice.
EX, DP right through those.
You know what? Okay.
No, that's not how that works, Zach. EX pick up off the H, unique.
Wow, he took the air reset too. Didn't go for the sweep. Good block on the overhead. Oh, look at the spacing.
She moved the throw, didn't work out.
And I mentioned how short throw range in this game is. This, coming from other games, it's an adjustment that a lot of players have to make. That throws without the dash. Oh, that was... I believe that Gran was actually slightly minus on that boot, but Fairy has a 6-frame 5L and Gran has a 5-frame. Nice anti-air. Zach's still in this.
Yeah.
Trying to close out this first
Gran
round.
does have-
Oh no!
Oh,
Mistimed the spot dodge and recovered right into the fireball.
Battle 2. Engage.
Whoa!
First match goes to skill. Weird interaction around start there. Sweet. Punish. Nope. No 2-8. Didn't land there.
Zach using the air to airs, trying to keep him at bay. Really patient
that's what you
approach
want to do,
from
'cause
Kilo.
once
There's the
Gran gets in,
boot.
it's going to hurt.
Yeah, good spacing on the boot. Plus unblocked there.
Interruption.
Wow, that's
Interrupt the
huge.
intrusion this time.
Yeah, stuff that unblockable too.
EX DP.
All right, Zach
Throw
able to
wipe
get
the
about a
shoes off.
40% life lead before Grant could get in, but instantly evened up off of 2 touches. Oh no!
Leaves the DP. Wait a little bit too long there. Did not get the full
Went for the
punish
side
that he
switch. Interesting by Kilo. Rather than cashing out any damage, he tried to just get the side switch to put Fairy back in the corner.
Oh, I can't DP there anymore. God damn it.
And Zach trying to find a spot to work his way out of the corner. No,
no.
gonna get punished on the
EX
spot
did
dodge,
not
but
work out.
I wasn't ready for that.
Sweep. GG.
nice clocks by Kilo. Oh,
Yo.
what?
Jump you.
Oh, he didn't get DP. He got
Keeping
fireball.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
was-
death.
Yeah,
Kilo
just-
putting
I
game 1 on the
should've
board.
Just swung out of there.
It's so hard to not up back in the corner, but
Yeah.
when you do, anyone who's ready for it and doesn't commit to a throw is just going to counter hit you into oblivion. Nice 5U. bunch meter. Look at the meter it builds for both characters. They both got like 12%, even Grand by getting hit.
Obviously the U again. Oh, nice spot dodge on the
Yeah,
sweep
there it
there,
is.
punish on the DP. Pick up with the fireball, didn't get it though. Overhead will happen,
Zach
but not a
fortunate to
counter hit.
recover from the 2L in time to not get counter hit by the overhead. Able to work his way out of the corner, but he's got a lot of life to make up now. And the boot.
Oh, the boot again. Like how well that is working out even better in this patch. When your normals are even more of a risk to throw out.
There's nice.
2H.
No counter hit. Good
range
pickup by
right there.
Zach.
Nice interruption to the boot. Perfect distance for that. Interruption.
He's gonna be able to turn this.
Down art. Don't leave Gran alive. Don't let this character be swinging them gorilla buttons.
Wow, great
Could change
reaction
it, yo.
through the fireball.
Those young man reactions right
Yeah,
there.
similar to Zeta, Fairy has a fireball that, while kind of slow, it does just chew up other fireballs. It doesn't clash, it just goes through them and punishes them.
Wow,
There's a big bait.
Oh no.
Gonna get the hard knockdown on the sweep. Safe jump.
Yep. 12-12. Still great. Still a bless button.
Went for the
So
shimmy.
you- all
Zach
this
with the fire
pressure?
5L. Whoa, no, and you can see, I've been talking that move up for a few weeks now, and you can see the active frames. It went through the roll, but was still active at the end. Counter hit. Zach thankfully
That's
died
one of
from
the
it, so
kilos.
we didn't have to see a
Added
7K
this to his,
combo.
I mean, like that's great that he's added this to his repertoire. I don't think many Grand players have been using that lately. I mean, like even before the patch.
Yeah, no,
There
I
wasn't
think
any
it was a
changes to it,
very,
so-
I think it was a very underused move because it's not cancelable into EX Boot or EX Fireball, but you can see like if it counter hits, who cares? You get the full combo anyways.
Right.
Kilo
This is
going up
working out for Kilo
2-0.
as he goes up 2. Man, Kilo. But he's playing this matchup the way you need to be played. You know, get him to the corner, make him melt. You can take some damage if it happens.
Yeah.
The boots, you got to call those out.
Jesus Christ. My health into a safe jump.
The throw. Charging up again. Off the H. There we go. Is the great anti-air.
Why did I do
Neutral
that?
jump.
Great
Just not
anti-air.
that distance.
Smoked.
Man, I get the idea of the neutral jump, but Kilo, the way that he backs up, the way he spaces, it makes it even harder to do it than like a normal Grand would, right? Like a normal Grand would just, throw out the boot, doesn't really care too much. Make a neutral jump, easy peasy. Not a guy like Kilo. Spot dodge. The boot has been the winner of this many exchanges here. Is it catch the normal?
Oh, he missed the sweep ender into the hard knockdown. Good block on the JU by Zach. He's out of the corner, but it's going to be so much health to make up.
Big dividend.
Yeah,
Hard.
Kilo just
But
not
there
doing
he is.
anything. Recognizing the situation, that's plus. And there's the chip.
Yeah.
Chip
You actually know
damage.
too. Never know.
All right, Kilo, quick
Reset.
work in the reset.
Okay. Back to the room. Gotta have to chill a little bit. Gotta have to calm down.
How did he know that was chip? Because one thing I did wish for this game is like it would be an indicator on when you're actually at chip range. So
Oh, besides the flashing
Yeah,
at the top.
it's hard to
kind
tell.
of weird.
There is flashing at the top, but if you have Super Skybound available, I believe
Yeah,
that takes
exactly.
priority
I
because
want,
the
like,
health bar
better-
flashes blue.
yeah, I want
Yeah.
like the more like it's hard. A lot of this game's UI, I feel like it's hard to like gauge really.
Yeah.
I wish the cooldowns were on the bottom, but
Well, I think they did a good job of at least putting the cooldowns next to the meter, so you only have to look
Yeah.
in one place for your information. So
especially
at,
with
le-
both on
at
the
least you
bottom.
don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that would be
Could look better.
terrible.
all right,
Now we're
so
going to the grand finals reset.
Zach trying to fend off against Kilo. One more set to work with. Was able to get some information for the regames. That information may just be that Grand's really good.
Yeah, now Kilo jumping with those jump H as well. Mixing up those jumping options.
Nice punish and the
Here
side
we go,
switch.
side switch.
That
The
TP's
TP.
there, but I mean, if you're Fairy, that's fine. You're out of the corner. All right, good boot range.
Forth.
Have to be careful.
That's what he's looking for. Oh!
Yeah, just booting it. That's how I play RPG mode when I'm playing as Grand. Just styling out
boot
boot.
over and over again. And that's like the axiom of this fight right here. Just boot, try to get as much as possible, get the corner. Zack this time, not letting it happen.
Even health. Kilo has to watch out for the 2Ms.
Someone's out there. It's like, I wish you would not block. I wish you would get crossed up or jumped in.
Oh no! Zack missed the super, but he gets the DP.
The overhead. Oh my god.
Battle 2. Engage.
Oh my god, that could have been way bad. But Zack, you gotta be like, okay, cool, that happened. I'm gonna be solid next time. No big deal. Glad I got it. But next time, I'm going with the real. But here we go. Corner pressure.
Blocking the overhead. Oh, didn't run far enough though.
Throw, stop teching.
Zack got fortunate. He was far enough away from the corner that the 5U didn't make contact to give the safe jump setup. Find some space. Wow, that was still safe.
Zack being able to answer back. GG covering him from behind there. Hulu. Even more. A little more damage.
Nice tag.
And it's now Zack that's pressing Kilo right now. Yep, he had to boot.
That's a good empty jump by Zack too. Zack didn't push a button on the way down and risk getting counter hit anti-air. Fireball's out. Zack is a little more free to push buttons right now. Guard button.
Oh,
normal Rekka.
It's starting to get really close.
Okay,
You're
that's
nice.
gonna combo.
Max, right?
Pretty even life. GG holding down the mid screen. Gotta watch out for boot. And
Nice
it's
interruption,
enough.
yo.
Zack putting a game on the board, bringing the momentum back to his side.
But you heard that sigh from Zack. You heard that, like,
that's one of the scariest parts though, like playing Fairy, is like if they run at you, obviously they're putting their, but they could jump and then you could die.
Yeah, it's definitely a game of chicken on like who's going to be the one to flinch and push something first.
Nice interruption. Use the XDP. So the changes of this season, that close M not as strong. Interruption on the boot. I like that Zack is specifically looking for the boot and how to interrupt that to try to dissuade Kilo.
Yeah, GG just buying space in the mid screen. Oh, not ready to react to the whip throw.
But you'd rather not take it.
Oh, he jumped.
Yeah, that was.
Oh my god, I'm not ready.
Flying on the super jump. Oh, there's a counter hit boot, and it was close enough for the wall bounce. I think Kilo maybe thought it was too far for the bounce and wasn't ready for it.
Close enough for that. Off the fireball. The unit canceling in.
Okay, I'm fine.
Yo, chasing him down.
Yeah, it's out. No, bad.
Oh no, the fireball.
GG's gone too, but a whip grab.
Back throw.
All right, Zack respecting the DP. No bite from Kilo though.
I suck.
Oh no.
Try to go for it. Punish.
Nice punish. Yeah.
I twitched.
Battle 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have the ability to have a one button super confirm from 3/4 screen, but you still got to confirm it correctly.
Yeah, and I have a lot of time. I don't even know why I did. Oh, shoot.
Oh.
That's chip and pushback. Could be worse.
But yeah, I mean, pushing back in the corner is not that
roll.
bad. But speaking of being in the corner, this is bad. Pick him off the edge. The sweep.
Oh, no safe jump.
Grab.
And Kilo going with these 5Ms. He's not even going with the close 5L, which would be safe to the DPs. Taking a bit of a risk here on his meaties. Nice jump by Zack. Yeah, take that. Oh no, JU just smashing the 2H.
Only at the crest.
All right, EX Fireball's gone. And
overhead caught him. Hacking.
Kilo riding out the bait on the overhead, evening up the game count at 1-1 in the reset.
Battle 1. Engage.
That was a good jump. Oh my god.
Dash up throw. Fireball right after. Kilo. He's feeling it. He knows. Like, this man's in the corner. He's got to make the decision to jump to get out. The onus is on him with a bad DP. May not work out.
It looked like he was going to fall elsewhere.
I'll take it. Oh, I have not out of the corner. Never mind. I'm not taking it. Oh my god.
That's switch, put it back in the corner. EX Fireball. Nice move through.
Nice.
And Kilo just focusing on positioning rather than, you know, damage or swinging big. He's just trying to maintain that corner position. Whittling Zack down a little bit at a time. There's the throw.
kind of like that. I like that play of just like not overextending like a little bit too much, like too much. To either put yourself in the corner, allow them to get out. And this is still a character, you know, Fairy's still frustrating to chase down, but man, the DP change.
Kilo just being very, very unpredictable with his jump timings.
His jump timings, jumping buttons, and just also his ground approach too. Mixing things up with a fireball, it's really hard to get a hold of things. But Zach, great round start. Okay, caught him with that. Name step all in that. No anti-air. Bad tech EXDP though. Overhead, try to go for it, but the look at XDP. No problem, you'll take that though. Let's throw the corner. It's a little bit dicey here. Try to swing out of there. Zach can play the lane game here. Doesn't have to overextend too much. Doesn't even take his turn back over that blocked overhead. Yo, EXDP, there we go.
All right, Zach needs one more hit. Has to be careful to not overextend. Jump by Kilo, finds the throw, even life lead now.
Either of them. Kilo canceling into the inspire ball.
And the anti-air DP. Great patience by Zach. If he would have gotten touched, that would have been a chip ender, but able to find the anti-air, close out the round. Pivotal round here.
The game with Kilo trying to figure out how to get in and, like, you know, Zach the Box getting the life lead, getting that advantage, and then backing off. Fireball, eliminate CG.
There you go, gets the punish,
Nice.
hard knockdown.
Sweet.
Gets some space out of the corner.
There we go. This is a better pace for Zach. Continues to chip out, continues to push back, having the screen, but there we go.
You can see the corner carry though. Yeah, one counter hit boot into the wall.
God.
What's he gonna spend here? Gonna take the hard knockdown?
Sweet. Overhead connects.
I think he went for a grab. He got him. Yeah, he's gonna get the full animation. It's gonna be pretty even life lead after the end of this.
Light show.
All right, anyone's game right now. All right, GG stays out because no contact with the EX Fireball.
Yeah, that was a little bit waste there. On the EX,
run up
now
grab,
he goes
though.
in for the throw. Kilo is at the precipice, but Zach in the box is not out just yet. And I'm the adjustments that Zach was making about slowing the pace down, about slowing down Kilo in general, they're working. It's just the boot. The boot is the biggest problem right here.
I mean,
the boot, the corner carry.
The matchup.
Yeah, like avoiding that.
I can't have anything out if boot's out.
Oh,
my God,
no!
Oh, the
Unfortunate reaction to the second part of the DP. That could have been a side switch and a big punish.
Cancels in the
Yeah, that's going to be round
heavy.
one.
Oh, Skybound art.
Kilo with a perfect move in a tournament point.
Battle 2, engage.
Nice roll,
Fireball
keeping the
moving
frames.
Fireball out here, also Kilo. He's and also Kilo just mixing up his approach and the neutral.
Oh,
Didn't
he
get
went for the wrong
2H,
button on
though.
the pickup. He went for the heavy there.
Bad DP, back throw. Great. Go for the positioning. Heavy. Strong flipping out. Another throw.
All right, DP.
DP again.
Zach working the pressure right now. Kilo trying to find an opening to make his way out.
Comes continuous amount of pressure. Continuous block swing.
Oh, big counter hit. Not able to get the confirm though.
He does have Skybound art on deck. Late tech.
Yeah, Zach
Back
backing out
out.
of the situation. EX Fireball's down.
Nice spot dodge to confirm.
Nice.
Yes, there
Good
we go.
confirm. 5H into install super into another 5H. Natural combo.
This is still match point for Kilo, but Zach in the box is definitely still in this right now. Signs of life. I'm seeing the heart monitor go up with the bleeps. I'm seeing them. This man's about to be resurrected.
All right, Kilo trying to lull that false sense of security, backing up, trying to find the optimal boot spacing. God, I can't believe he got close 5H from there.
That's so wild.
Nice spot dodges the EX Fireball. The timer's going to be down for
I
a bit.
like that. Eliminate the fireball. Yes, back away from the throw pressure. We saw it so many times. The run up grab. This time Zach just walking back out. Final lane game. 2H, DP, back in the corner. Put the GG up. Nice off the H.
All right, Zach with a lot of meter to work with. Finds the sweep though, low profile. Nice check by Zach. Able to push back to mid screen. EX Fireball timer is down.
Oh no. This ain't good. Throw into the corner. Really even on life.
Yeah,
late tech, now they are. You got to be careful and not get blown up.
Timers are back up. Yeah, got to hold the plus frames.
Kilo understands that he'll take all these grabs.
Oh, Zach
and
cracks.
He went for it.
Oh, no, but it hit.
Actually worked.
Doesn't get the animation,
oh my God,
though.
It actually worked. He's still in this on a prayer, but one hit will do it. It's either going to be the end of Zach, but the neutral jump. Zach in the box is still in this. Bro, Zach in the box with that neutral jump button.
What just happened?
What just happened is that you are in the final game of Grand Finals as you commentate this match. Kilo versus Zach in the box. Yo, let's get it. Bootstar Kilo is angry. EXDP, get off me. I don't want you touching me.
Kilo backdashing out. What weird movement. Another whiff grab. Zach not ready to respond to it with the punish, but able to get some space. Nice snipe with the 2H. Every little bit counts. Great pickup. Hard knockdown with the sweep. GG setup.
Sweep.
Oh, that was sick.
Oh, he's nice. Okay, not able to get up in time for the punish.
Pickup, 2H, unique, heavy.
Timers are all down. Oh, he's not going to need any timers, though.
Now Kilo sits again on match point. We saw this before. We saw this movie before. We skipped to the ending, though.
Wow.
Now start, though, in another boot. There we go, Zach the box, take back the turn.
Out of the corner.
Jump this time, but
eats a hit for it, but that's fine. Anytime you can get back to mid-screen, worth a little bit of damage.
EX, GG.
Jumps out. Great block on the JU by Zach.
Heavy, EX, there we go. Set up for the GG.
All right, gonna spend the ball. Gonna get some damage. No hard knockdown.
But this is perfect. This is where you want to be as Zach. You can play at your pace, have it your way.
That's unblockable. Yeah, Zach able to close out the round. We're on tournament point, both players.
And all this happened from that confirmed from the super being dialed up. You can feel that this man's pumping his chest over there.
All right, missed-time the spot dodge slightly. That boot was hella plus. That hit so meaty. Oh, no. And a little late on the anti-air. Calls out.
Nice jumped out of the throw, though. Took me last time. Anti-air. Jumped H with the sweep. We're out of there. Fireball.
Yeah, jumped back out.
No, the grab.
Both players taking turns trying to jump on the corner. There's the confirm with the boot, though. I think he's dead.
Kilo gets it.
Yeah, that's enough.
And there it is. Kilo's our winner. Grand Finals reset. Waifu Dome.
Why did I jump? GG. Why did I jump?
Is the victor, but you gotta give big props to Zach in the box for commentating his way all the way through winners and making the final game, final rounds, man. That was some great play by both players. You seen Kilo use a unique and also Zach in the box. Tell me how you feel after this.
I mean, it was good. I've been a while since I played a really competent Grand.
Right.
It's scary, but it's a lot of fun.
All right, guys, so that's going to do it for Granblue today. We're going to take a break. It's going to be about 45 minutes, and we'll be back with Xrd Rev 2. Before we hit the break, I'd like to remind everyone, if you like what you see and you want to support these players, I'll leave the Matcherino for Granblue open for another 20 minutes or so. You can hit up matcherino.com/chi/SSSO050220 GBVS, and you can use that same string as a coupon code to add 50 cents in the pot for free. Give Kilo and Zach a little bit of monetary support for the great play today. You can also check out the teespring.com/the-waifu-dome for the sick art by Quasimodo X on t-shirts, phone cases, hoodies, and more. And you can follow myself and the goings on with the tournaments at the Waifu Dome on Twitter, myself at BG Callisto. There's the Twitch, there's the YouTube if you want to check the archives, and the Discord for the tournament community. And of course, as announced earlier today, all further SSS Onlines are going to be run on PC versions. So I apologize in advance to anyone who's going to gatekeep from playing because you're a PS4 player, but the netcode's a bit better, and I have some other stuff coming up that I'm going to be forced to run PC versions on that are not my own, so kind of like my streaming workflow made a lot more sense to change that. So we're going to take a break. Thanks again to Zach in a Box and to St. Cola for helping me hold down Granblue. We'll be back with more Granblue next week, sorry, not last week. And we'll be back with Guilty Gear in just a bit. Hang tight.
All right. See y'all.
Peace.